What is good, rookies? Welcome to Supercoach After Dark. As always, here with the partners in crime that we all know for After Dark. Brad, Supercoach Pro. How you going, mate?
Mate, I'm up and about.
Up and about? Oh, that's what we like to hear at bloody 6 to 11, up and about.
It's because I just had pre-workout, went to the gym, and then saw the scores. So I've missed a tiny bit of footy, but other than that, It's been a pretty decent week of footy so far.
Lovely. Of course, you had pre-workout this time of night. Not surprising.
Literally, Brad things.
Brad things. But no, it's been a bit of a chaotic week. I mean, rookies are really letting us down this week. We've seen the sub absolutely ruin some players. We've seen just coaches, more not so much sub, but just coaches really ruin our rookies for us. We had high hopes of Boxall and then that time on ground and just didn't work. And then we had Huswaite, which we were all very happy on, and a lot of people traded him in and subbed out. Was given track of all people. It's look, it's gonna be a rough week. It's gonna be fine for some people like Brad who are doing well. For people like me though, we're gonna need therapy after this weekend, I think.
Yeah, potentially.
But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get straight into the comments because we're here for you. I mean, you guys are here for us too because we need therapy just as much as you do. But still need to start us off. Worst round Supercoach ever. I have like 4 people under 50. Oh, I feel you. What's your 3 lowest scores on your field at the moment, right?
Huswaite's 27. Then it's 71, 72, and a 79.
There you go. And I'm assuming, did you have Warner in flex?
I just put Warner at M7. I've got Ashcroft as flex, but I bought him in.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, not a bad debut from Warner for what you paid for him.
I think if you didn't give away those 2 free kicks, the 50-meter penalty and the goal, he would have been on like a 105. So I was actually fine with the eye test, and he played a lot forward in the last quarter as well. So he's good for his price.
Yeah, he really can't complain all too much. Ben, how are you, mate? Thanks for joining us. Is Reed a trade-in target? Maybe, if you traded him out.
Yeah, same. I think his floor's too low, though. Like, he's shown 30s before. You don't want that if you think he's a primo, because he's clearly not. He's just scoring like one for now.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right? Is you make these calls on rookies sometimes, and they just come back to bite in the ass. And it happens every year. Like, there are rookies that don't do all that much, and then you're like, cool, perfect trade out, and then all of a sudden they go bang.
Yeah.
Like, I think myself and a lot of other people, from what I could hear, was we were expecting a bit of regression from Reed because he typically played better with Ridley in the team, but now he is Ridley.
Yeah, literally.
He's just morphed. Jonas again, rubbing a bit of salt into the wound. Imagine if you traded out Super Primo Zach Reed. Reed almost scoring as much as my D4 and D5 combined.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Reed for top 6. I think we're going to get a lot of this tonight. Just a lot of Reed. Cheese getting in early to say he hates Dawson and Jai Newcomb. I'll get on the Jai Newcomb train of hate at the moment. We brought him in to be different and give us some really big spike scores, and it's just hasn't been it. Has not been it. But I got to thank you, Brad, for selling me on Warner and not grabbing Dawson.
Yeah, look, I was debating this whole Dawson, Dunkley, Warner factor, and I thought at least if Warner gives us, poor scores, it's in the forward line. You're not wasting it in the midfield slot. I suppose that was my justification, and he was a lot cheaper than Dawson anyway, like 30, 40K. Yeah.
Nah, worked out well. Worked out very well. Studi Bont 91 captain because he had no loop options to take Gorn's VC. What is this game? Yeah, Bont was looking dangerous at the start of that game, and then I didn't get to watch too much of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I watched a fair bit of it. It was just a Richard show, really, but Bont's always going to get rested forward because of that injury. So, you want to tie up 1.4 million into a Bonds and Butters combination. Doesn't always pay off, and this is the week it sort of shows.
Yeah, for sure. JCR is loving Jesus' comment. JCR again, the boys in green. It's just a random what is 15, what is holding the ball, push in the back. But he doesn't own Raul, Dawson, or Newcomb, so it's all good. And God bless Max Gawn. Yeah, Gawny did it again. I was getting worried watching that first quarter against Meek. I was like, I've had to take my captain in Gawn early because of my limited VC loops, and my VC was McRae out of all people, so that didn't go too well. But I mean, he's just, even at his age, Gawn is just that good.
Yeah, he's unreal. I thought maybe he'd go like a 105 when I saw the first quarter. But then I was like, he just kept going nuts. And I thought, yeah, this is the Gawn we paid for at the start of the season and started anyway. So here's the gun.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we were hoping we were getting, even at the age. Like, a lot of people bet against it because the age aggression. And it looked a little bit like that at the start. Some even traded out of Gawn after the Keith situation. But, I mean, hey, that's three good captaincy scores now.
Yeah.
From Mr. Gawn himself. 3 great finishes today. Yeah, so Saturday footy actually turned it around, hey?
Yeah, it did. Because that Saturday afternoon game was awful, and then these 2 games have been pretty good for most owners, I feel.
Definitely. Georgie Malaka, thanks for hanging out with us, mate. Never heard that many crowd pop when watching a game of footy. The showdown is intense. Yeah, look, watching the last few minutes of the showdown was just like, that's like what you want from a football match, like the environment, the intensity. It's just a fun watch, really. Did you end up catching the end of it, or were you still at the gym pumping iron?
I caught the end of it, but I was watching the Bulldogs and Gold Coast game, so I didn't catch as much of that game as what other people would have. But
yeah,
I saw Rosie went nuts. I think the annoying thing is, like what you were saying before, is the rookies are getting sub vests now, or they're just, halftime sub, or they just have low time on ground. So the cash gens, again, just looking weird.
Yeah. It's even going to be weirder now if we pull off all these moves. Now our cash gen's in the dirt with like a Husway, and then Flynn goes off for like a 120 somehow.
If he outscores Warner, we've got that wrong for the week.
Yeah. We'll be watching very intensely. Yes. Daniel Green, what's good, mate? Thank you for coming in. Look, as poor as my team's going, ladies and gentlemen, I refuse to be defeated mentally by this game and just have a laugh at it. And honestly, we've got an outlet in the channel just to have a good laugh and make good content out of it. Because I know a lot of people are in a similar position to myself where you didn't win rookie roulette. You went on a pod that's just, maybe worked for you last week like Newcomb did, and then just absolutely shits the bed this week. You just got to take it in your stride. You have your good weeks and bad weeks. You can't have every week go your way, especially when you have pod plays. So I myself am trying to find the silver lining, but Brad seems to be doing quite well.
Well, I had this week's going okay so far, but I remember a month ago when we had the early buys, I had an 1800 score, and I was like, oh no. But you still show up, your team will bounce back if you keep upgrading around your primos and just get the rookies off field. You'll be fine at some point.
Yeah, and that is like a great comparison. Like this man, I think was it in like the second early buy round, or second or third? Yeah, dropped to 1800, like quite low score for the round, and now he's rank 54.
52nd, but it's probably going to come down.
52nd. My bad. It was in the 50s.
These
last two ranks are very important, guys.
These other teams will catch me from this week. I reckon I've seen better sides than mine on paper, and I think I might go down a little bit, but I'm not sure how much of a gap I've got.
That's the thing, though, and we'll probably touch on this. I'm sure a lot of questions are coming in, and I'm just giving you guys a bit of time just to smash it out because we do play catch up for most of the stream. But the one thing I've learned from anything this week is stick to the foundation rule of don't pay up for primos.
Yep.
Because we've now seen Butters had a quiet, average week, 2 weeks in a row. Bont had a sub ton this week. They're going to come down. Dacos even.
Yeah.
You pay up and you pay $640 at a minimum for these blokes, and you have people like a Harvey Langford scoring more than them, Zach Reed scoring more than them.
I paid $620K for Zach Merritt to play full forward.
Yeah, well, that's also true. Yeah, but hey, at least the Dons got away with that win, though. That's not that you would enjoy watching the Dons get a win. I know you refuse to watch the Dons but you have to with Merritt now.
It's a struggle, but yeah, I have to with Merritt.
Yeah, Meek scored a 43. Gaunt's just that good. It's just that good. Yaron, what an OG. Thanks for hanging out with Dragon and Nighthawk. I did see that tweet, Yaron. Thank you so much. You absolute legend. History buff, what do we think par will be? We don't answer this question because it is still early. Like projections and par are very hard to gauge with, a few games. How many games we got left? We've got 3 games left still.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Because you could ask this question tonight and then tomorrow will probably be different anyway. So it's so hard to tell.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very hard to tell. So we tend to steer away from par or what's going to be a good score. Any of those general questions, we're probably going to give you a very generic answer and go anything above 2,300 is probably a good score. And that's about it.
Yeah, the other thing too, par for your ranking is completely different to everybody else's par.
Exactly.
So you're going to have a good week. Like in my instance, my par is probably 2,450 because I'm sitting in the top 100, but par for someone ranked at 10,000 is probably about 2,250, for instance. So it's too hard to get a gauge on those sort of things.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And you don't know exactly what other teams around your rank are doing. Like maybe you have a really unique pod. Like we have Richards. Me and Bad both have Richards, and we've had back-to-back weeks of a really good point of difference with those scores in a week where a Dacos goes sub-ton, a Bont goes sub-ton. I just happen to have Newcomb who sub 60 to really just throw the nail in the coffin for my team this week. But it's all right. Next week we make moves and we bounce back. It's how it is. Daniel Green, I am 1553 with 14 played. Only rookie left is trainer. Rest of Primos. Fingers crossed I can get some good scores out of them. That's a pretty solid standing with 14 played.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm 50 points behind you with 16 played. I've only got Levi and Primos to go. So we'll see how we go.
I'm on 1727 with 15 played.
Oh, goddamn. Goddamn, this is why you're ranked 52nd. Let's make sure we get that right. 52nd.
All right, no. I wasn't being a dick. I promise.
I know. I'm giving you shit. Come on now. I do want to quickly check though. God damn it, he was still sub-ton. He's still tonned up. I can't get rid of him yet. He needs to sub-ton to remove him. And he got 100. Fuck. He's still here. Still haunts me. Stewardie, one of my matchups has Harvey Langford captain. Is that an accidental fouled loop that's worked out?
That's so weird. That has NPC written all over it.
Yeah. I think that's a foul loop that's just happened to work.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Useless Supercoach, Dacos, Rouse, Wrong, Chera, Crips, TDK, Naz, 2 weeks in a row of this rubbish. Why is Naz in that group, though? I think Naz did pretty well, didn't he? I
thought he did too. Maybe it's because they expect a little bit more from these primos. So they want them hitting a 101 or a 105. They want them hitting them 115, 120. But its season average is, like, let's say your season average is 120. It's because your primo will get 80 one week and then 140 the next week. So over the season, it will still average 120. But people, the reaction, you go, oh, this player scored 80. But the bounce back will average out this whole entire season. That's what they don't look at.
But it's also, at what point did you trade them in? What are they averaging for you as well?
Yeah.
Not necessarily over the season. Like Naz, 103, that's pretty much exactly where I pin him over the season. He's had a few spike scores, which will probably raise that. But like I pin him at like a 105 average.
Yeah, same. And I think the point too, like if you pay 490 or 480 for like we did with Chad Warner, you can't be disappointed at a 93. Whereas if you paid 600, like I'm pissed about Merritt, scoring you a 72 isn't valid at his price point per dollar. So paying for value kind of pays off because the upgrades you can do later on really help. Whereas if you put all your money into coin, unless they're valid like a cherry sort of player, like maybe top 3% of players are worth 600k, but we've even seen Brayshaw have one bad game and then go back up again. So it is hard to catch the top of the top as well.
That's what I mean, though. It's like there's going to be only a few key moments during the season where you might be able to scrape together an opportunity to pick up these players. Like Sherry was 2-3 weeks ago, and he's probably going to get away depending on how he goes this week for most. And we'll have to pay up for him. I'm more than happy, to try to get rookies off field, which is the key issue on my team at the moment because the rookies are trash.
Yeah,
I'll have to swing TDK up to Sherry and figure out a way to get him in after his bye. And that's I've had to accept that I'm going to be paying top dollar for him. That's probably the only player I'm going to be paying top dollar for though in the season. So I think that's a little bit of a win as well. But yeah, you pay up for your day costs. You didn't necessarily pay up for Rao, but like the writing was kind of on the wall. He's doing exactly what he did last season.
Yeah, I was gonna get catfish with Rao actually about a month ago. I was considering him highly, so he would have got me baited.
Yeah, I mean, and Sarong's a tricky one because he's actually, you look at the stats, they're not bad stats. He's winning contested ball, he's getting good clearances. It's just Brayshaw's just having a ripper year, and the point's going to go somewhere or come from somewhere.
I picked him early, like I can't remember if it was round 3 or 4, just because I saw his tackle numbers go up as well. Like just everything was slightly up, and I was like, I reckon this is an upward trend for Brayshaw. Sliding doors moment too. I actually put a poll out, I think, of Sarong or Brayshaw, and I was like 5 minutes before the bounce, I was like, got a good feeling about Brayshaw this year because Sarong is going to get tagged, and this all goes back to your second banana theory. And I was like, yeah, all right, I'll just go Brayshaw. And that's been huge difference, especially for VCs and Cs for the last few weeks. Like I looped, what was it, Boyd on field, put Marshall's emergency and took the VC of Brayshaw 154 or whatever it was. And it worked out well because that my back out to that, if that had failed, was gone. So I think you just pick the informed players regardless. I think that's the way to go.
Definitely. And look, speaking of Marshall, your little pivot from TDK to Marshall last week is paying off.
Yeah, I mean, TDK has come down a fair bit. Marshall's gone up now 50k, and he's still outscored him 31 over 2 weeks now in total. And I freed up that round 12 buy, so I might even fade Sherry because everyone's going to be so heavy on round 12 buy. I might even get a leg up on that.
And that's exactly it, though, is like, well, people are probably in a similar case to me where they probably have to break their team a little bit just to get into Sherry after the buy. You might be in a position to, well, my R1 and R2 are doing well enough and don't have the R12 round 12 buy. So you're focusing on different areas as well. So definitely a good position. Stuart, happy with my Martin and Langford selections right here. Yeah, Martin was... See, Langford was one of those sneaky ones because I had him picked all preseason. I then saw some preseason matches. He looked really good, but then he just couldn't get a good run. Had a sub-affected game. Spent one game in the full forward. But when he's given that role, damn, is he good. He is so good.
Because he said Martin and Langford, I thought he was talking about Kyle Langford from Essendon for a second. I was like, what the hell? Is this Supercoach? No. And then I remembered, there's Melbourne Langford.
Yeah. No, Martin was a good one as well. And that, again, Martin's been okay. I'm just going to have a quick look. Do you think Martin's making a case to be top 6?
No.
No?
I'm not considering
even with the 145 against Sydney?
His floor's too shit.
Yeah, he had a 53 against the Pies.
Yeah.
We'll see. I feel like there's a lot of contenders for that final F6 position. And I feel like it's going to be one of those loop options. Like we've probably had chats in our conversations offline that Shai Bolton looks like a good loop option in like an F6, for example. Yeah. And he's going to come down heavily in price.
Yep.
Before we move on though, 90, 100 plus years in here. Thanks for hanging out with us as always on a Saturday night for your therapy session and your hot takes. Make sure you give the stream a like while you're here so we can keep going and show us love and support. Again, quick little plug for Supercoach Pro, is currently ranked 52nd, is smashing it, has a ripper team. So make sure you go check out his channel. I think the last time I checked your subs, you were just off 700. So
Yeah,
let's get you to 700 before end of stream at a
sounds
minimum.
good.
Come on, peeps. Come on. Keelan wants to know, Sherratt and Roberts, are they a hold or a sell?
I'm just holding them. I'm going to upgrade around them, but people can sideways them, and it means you'll be a week above them next week because you've got off rookies off the field and they would have pivoted sideways. But this is the thing too. It can work out in a case where it does like a Clayton Oliver scenario where he just gets a 64 or 65. So I'm not saying every sideways is a shit way to do it, but Chera's floor games being at 81 and 83 isn't like a Clary being a 60. So same with Roberts. Roberts was 9th average for defense, I think JG was saying, or was it total points? So there's no point getting rid of him either.
That's right. No, I totally agree with that. And that's exactly is like I contemplated doing a sideways, like an antipod in Daniel. I was very heavily considering doing that this week. But this week just goes to show while you have rookies on field, you never know what you're going to cop. Like, yes, you might have Reed that gives you 135. This is the same player that not only weeks ago dropped you a 38. Like, rookies are tricky. You can't rely on them. And look, Newcomb, you can't rely on either. Newcomb's going to get so many drive-bys tonight. It's going to be ridiculous.
Do you know what was funny too in the chat? If Cheese is still here, he gave me a drive-by about Bice when he was on like 40 at 3/4 time or something like that. And I was like, yeah, he's about to outscore Newcomb. And he did. But like I had, what was his name? Clark last week going to 58. So and then this week he goes to 147. So it'll balance itself out anyway. These kind of primos that do shit one week, they'll give you a nice one the week after.
I was heavily considering bringing in Clark this week too, because I was like, and it's that hard break-even game you play. Like, I could get him cheaper, X, Y, and you're like, maybe 1 week, and like that made sense for like a merit. Because of the JJ tag that was coming. And it seemed to be the right call with that. Dawson, I really loved. But again, he's been a butcher most of the season. And when you have values like Warner, obviously, you the smart ones to go Warner. So I'll listen to the sound logic that not only Pro was talking about, but a few others. But Clark was definitely like one of them as like a zig when they zag sort of play. Oh, man, I wish I did. But I'll be getting them in next week. That's my move because there's no one else I really want to pick up at the moment.
Well, I was talking about Steele, and Yaron went to, what did he do? Sherratt to Steele. So he's freed up his round 12 buy, and he's got a guy that outscored Sherratt by like 30-something in 1 week. So that was a good move by him. And he's owned by like less than 1% of sides. So that was a great move by him.
And I feel like this is like very, very eerily similar to the Steele that we saw last year, where he had a very like slow, low patch because he was carrying that knee injury, and then all of a sudden he goes bang. We're now seeing consistency from Steele as well because McRae's copping the attention too. Like it is a very, very big pod play. If I didn't have as many pods in my team, I'd probably go there. But yet I'm still going Clark as a pod. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe I need to stop going for pods.
No, I think, I guess it depends. I reckon pods are the way to go still because like I'd rather finish my side in the top 10 with point of differences than top 50 because I've got every same play that everybody else does. And if it means I go out to top 1,000 because I've got too many pods, I'd rather be different this year than try to play the mainstream game because I've done it too many years in a row now.
Yeah. And that's what I mean is like obviously this is my second year for those that have been around playing Supercoach. I played it very, very safe last year, paid up for all the main ones and didn't really have any pods. I just pretty much followed what the community guidance essentially and had a very cookie cutter team and then ran out of trades because first year just learning the ropes a bit. But this year I was like, nah, played safe last year. I'm going to play risky and just do something different and follow my gut feeling. And like, look, it's paid off better than last season already. But it's exactly the same point. You had Clark as a bit of a pod, and he has an absolute stinker last week. But then, bang, comes back next week and goes nuts for you. Like, you can't, this is Supercoach. You're going to have stinkers, and then you're going to have these people where you just can't even pin when they're going to go nuts.
Literally.
Ridiculous. Michael was going to go and trade in Dawson. As I saw, he was one of the most traded in this week by top 1%, but changed my mind before the game to go into another direction. I hope that direction was into a primo that at least turned up for you, but definitely a good fade. Josh, another horror week for me. Josh, I feel you. I want Joshua. Where's Joshua? He needs a better identifier in this because I need him to talk about Hewitt. What's happening? 0. I'm projected for 2,300. What seems par? I'd probably say around that, depending on where you're ranked. We're not going to spend too much time on that. James projected 2,440. How do I compare? Rank 320. I dare say around 320. 2,440 is probably going to be up there. So I dare say you might actually rank up if I had to take a stab.
If all his projections are correct on the Sunday games, though.
Yeah, that's the massive asterisks and underline and bold and italics on this is if that stays true. It depends on who you got left to play and if the projections could be very much overs or unders, and then you throw in like Whitfield has a projection of 103. There's every chance he goes well above that if he just has a spike game at somehow at GMHBA, or he goes well unders because it's GMHBA. Like you just can't pick it.
Well, Ed Richards had a projection of 103. He goes 127. Rosie had a projection of 107 and he went 134. This is why I don't give a shit about projections no disrespect, but they're just out of whack because they can't really give a rough guide because they're always 30 points out with a lot of players anyway.
Yeah, I'm surprised they exist.
Yeah.
To be honest. I get the break evens. Like it should just show their break even instead of their projected score.
Yeah.
Because projections are never right. But anyway. Green, my lowest score on field is by 71, so I hope some big scores get me up in the ranks. That's massive. If that's your lowest score so far, that is awesome.
Yep.
Josh, boy, I can't believe I kept Oliver. Didn't know he was going to be a tagger. Melbourne are a joke. Yeah, Oliver is a tagger. I don't think anyone had that on their bingo cards for this week.
Nah, he's so shit. I'd have to trade him at this point.
But it's like out of all, like I thought Newcomb would cop attention from me. Like Whitey went out, which was like, okay, Newcomb should have a decent game. And I was like, maybe they send Sparrow to him if they want to try something different. But man, it's so tough. Like, and this is the thing, that Oliver becoming a tagger is something none of us could predict.
Yep.
Welcome to Supercoach. That's literally it.
Imagine if that's his role for the year.
Oh, he's so gone. He's so leaving. He's going to any club that offers him a contract if that's the case. Like he literally has a mental health week or whatever, and then Goodwin's like, "Oh, you're a tagger now."
Literally.
Like what? Joshua, Bryson, Roberts are out. I actually think they're both a hold.
Same.
Like, yes, they had a quiet game, but
they were getting pumped.
Like they were exactly. They were, like, and this is the thing is I can't remember who I spoke to about it. I spoke to someone in the community. Well, someone will yell at me in the fucking chat for not remembering them, but I think it was Ghosty. I think it was Ghosty Bakes. We spoke about how even if you have like the top players from each team, if the overall team's not competitive and getting absolutely slapped, they're going to score poorly.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what caliber player they are. If they're getting absolutely smashed, all that 3,300 points are probably going to the team that's pantsing them. Let's be honest. But no, yeah. So what you think is Roberts and Bice are still a hold at this point?
I think Roberts is a cash out option. Bice is a cash out option because his break even is going to be around the same as what he's averaging. So you could get rid of him, but you'd have to go like a proper primo, like a Sinclair, 150K difference or whatever it might be. But I still think they're decent holds. Like if Bice is your worst rookie, you're laughing, but there's way worse rookies than bloody Bice. And then the issue with Roberts is a lot of these defender primos have showed their flaws around the similar. So all you're going to do is add 1 point a week difference, or that player goes hot, yours goes cold, and vice versa. So it's just, I don't know. You paid 430K to start the bloke. Like, I'm not pissed at that at all.
Yeah, and that's what I mean is like, you got to try and keep that into consideration with all these sort of things is like, am I trading him out at a loss, or is it worth holding if he's given me again, we spoke about it previously. If these primos at their worst are giving you the best of what a rookie would, look elsewhere for your corrections in your team. Like that's exactly what's going to work in your favor. And let's keep in mind as well, Sydney have Melbourne and Carlton before their bye, and Adelaide too. Sorry.
Yeah.
So in regards to like defense, it looks pretty good, and they should be around the mark to at least meet their break even, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Sportnut, Huswet might be done if Mackenzie is back next week. I don't know how to read the Huswet situation now, because this wasn't even like a Huswet issue. This was a Sam Mitchell issue.
Yeah, it was. He did this last year with a rookie, and I forget who it was now.
Yeah.
Or
Like he literally took out a contested ball winner for McDonald.
Yeah, it makes no sense. But I think the game was just too fast for him. Like he lumbers around Husway. Like if it's not wet, he's so slow.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking pencil. Anyway. We'll see how I said. The good thing about the Husway pick is everyone's got him essentially. So
Literally.
we're all in that same boat. So that's like the caveat to that. Dodgy Malacca, thoughts on getting Noah Anderson and Jack Sinclair next week? I got no issues with either of those. Noah Anderson's been very consistent this year.
Yeah. I like him.
Like him as well. James projected at 24.97, ranked 1,329. Hopefully top 700 after this week. Let's hope those projections come true.
Yeah.
We'll check in with this during the week, mate. We'll see how you went. Green just realized, no longer remember. How do I renew? Thought it would have just kept coming out monthly. Oh, damn. Green, you know what? Did it auto renew, or do you just have a grudge against me now? What did I do to you, mate? Are we gonna have to meet up and brawl it out? Bring it, come on. It's like a celebrity boxing match, except it's just content creators versus their members.
Imagine his dad's Danny Green.
Yeah,
the boxer.
I'd be so screwed. Yeah, not sure, Daniel. Maybe just go to, if you want to double check the membership, just go to my channel. If it says join, just click join again. Maybe there's a setting you have to tick to auto renew. I'm not sure how the memberships work in regards to ongoing subscription costs, or if they do the auto subscribe or whatever it is. So if you have any dramas, just reach out on X and I'll help you out. But again, thank you for the support, Daniel, and all the members for both myself. And I know you've been getting some members too, Brad, which is awesome.
Yeah, I have been. I was meant to do something this morning, but I had some issues arise. So, but yeah, I've got some videos I've been doing for members as well, which has been just started. So it's good.
Very, very good. So yeah, if you want to be a member on Brad's channel, he does member-only videos as well, where I think from memory you go through their individual teams and kind of guide them through.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I just had to work out how to actually get it started. I was meant to do one this morning, so I'll have to get like a little time schedule because it is hard for everyone to jump on at once. But yeah, similar to what everyone else does out there. Yeah,
very dope. I think I should be definitely doing the same, but you know, I've asked them the members what they want to do, and they're just like, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm like, I love you guys so much. They're so nice. Kevin, hi boys, well done, Brad. Happy for your ranking. You deserve it. Bloody oath, he deserves it. He's a mature age rookie, fifth year in. Absolutely does deserve it. He's trusted his gut. He's played aggressive. He's steered away from the pack, and this is what happens.
Yeah, hopefully I can maintain it, or else I'm sure I'm going to hear about it in future streams. So we'll do my best.
Nah. I'll back you up. I'll come fight him. Daniel, on the iPad, can't work it out. Yeah, don't worry, mate. Just we'll have a chat after the stream or tomorrow, and we'll get it sorted out. So no stress, mate. Do not stress. James, backline is cooking this week. Dale 127, Clark 146, Reed 133, Pryor 93, and got Zorko tomorrow.
Wow.
That frustrates me about Pryor, though, that he did meet his break even. And he's going to make a little bit more cash now.
Literally. Sometimes you death ride rookies you don't have that you've never started.
No, it's crazy. And this is the thing, though, is like, for one, I never saw Pryor getting an above a 70 because he hasn't done it in a while. Like I said, and I'll say this and repeat this every week. When you made your trades this week, there was sound logic behind them. Hindsight is a bitch, and it kills all of your confidence in Supercoach. So don't read into it too much. You probably made the right moves at the current state of the team. Go Spags. Speaking of the devil, evening lads. Favorite part of the Saturday night. Oh, what a legend! What do you guys think is par this week, and how the projection's looking? You started so well in that message, and then it just you had me in the first half. Oh man! Now, as you know, guys, like projections are kind of whatever at this point. You only really get an accurate projection before the last game. But look, honestly, Brad's, I would say, sitting on par, at least above par. I'm sitting well below it. So that's all we're going to say. Max, Nukem, you're out. And what the fuck do we do about the rookies? And Brad, you have to eat the raw egg, Essendon win.
Oh, fuck.
Did someone forget a bet?
Yeah, I was chilled on stream. Oh, no. Let me message Mummy so she's in the other room and I'll get the eggs sorted.
Ooh. We're bringing Brad's chaos from his channel over to After Dark stream. You know what? It actually makes sense.
Yeah, I got it. I stick with my bet. So like I said, if someone double tons, I'll do whatever haircut. And unless it's fucking Rory Lobb, we're not doing a Rory Lobb haircut.
No. Damn.
No way.
Damn. Ryan White, Luke Jackson might be a must-have. Look, this is definitely an injury report dependent trade, but I do like the idea of potentially going Daniel to Jackson as a pod move.
I don't mind it at all.
Like it's in high consider. As you could probably pick up. I'm looking for any good reason and logical reason to get rid of Daniel.
Well, the logical reason to get rid of Daniel is you've got too many round 12 bye players, and I'd only get a St Kilda or Fremantle player because that's the only buy that I share other teams with is those two. And also, I mean, the Jackson pick, he swings into your ruck line. If you've got three swing, like there is multiple points for that. But if you're just going like Daniel to a Marek, let's say, it's just pointless shit. But if you've got 3 or 4 different reasons to do something and you think it's valid for your team structurally, then yeah, you can just do it anyway.
Yeah, there's so many logical reasons. Like the reason why you would look to trade out Daniel is because he's highly owned, and you think you have a player that can score better than him for the rest of the season.
Anti-potting,
and you want to you need to make a move to climb some ranks. That's something you can do. So
yeah.
The next comment, JG is back and he's got the gun out and he's doing drive-bys. I'm out the window.
Can you show me?
When you ask if KO was down, but someone's having a bad week.
Oh, mate, NPCs out there are just ridiculous.
It's so funny. Is Dawson just the fakest of fake primos?
Again, hindsight comment. Like he was scoring okay. Like he's a roller coaster. So, and I'm pretty sure the fan footy or whatever had the lock symbol on him at some point. So I'm not sure who tagged him because, like I said, I was at the gym pumping iron instead of watching that fucking game. But
you say pumping iron. And I'm taken back to our stream with Damo.
Which bit?
The Artie bit.
Oh my god, yeah. That was
those that we hear know exactly what we're talking about. If you don't know, you need to go back. Yeah, he's a busy man, but we hope to have him on very, very soon. Me and Damo on Supercoach Edge did do a collab video this week. So if you haven't checked it out, not that it's really relevant anymore, but just for the round remix to go hear the song, go check it out on Supercoach Edge.
I thought you said the cuddle for a second.
Maybe we cuddled as well. You have to watch to find out. Have you guys, what are the early trade plans for next week? Get rookies off field in some way or form?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at, I don't know who my ins are. I always know who my outs are by what they've scored for the week. Like I know Ned Long's on the chopping board block and potentially Cleary. Apart from that, yeah, I'm okay, but I just don't know who I'm going to bring in.
Yeah, see, this is my annoying thing is I keep seeing Kako on my bench, and he keeps just doing enough to stay there.
What did he score? I didn't watch that score.
He scored a 30, and he had a break even of 28.
Oh, this bullshit about he's going to get a spike score is never going to happen.
No, he's not. But he's got 230 on his head, so I'm probably using him next week.
What did he? Sorry, go on.
And I'm just glad our Hooley got a full game.
Yeah, I whipped him at D6. I'm taking the 69 because you always do. I'm for the trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean is like at this point for rookies, anything over like a 65, you probably take.
I mean, he's only scored 5 less points than Dacos, so I'm taking it.
Shots fired. There you go. Pufferfish, absolute shambles for me today. Captain Dawson, Newcomb, Harsweight, Bice, lost 200 points for these. I don't mind the logic behind the captain of Dawson.
I would have done it too, actually. Like, captaining Dawson on a showdown makes sense. Like, he's got a good showdown history. So, yeah, that's a hard one.
It's just one of those weeks, Puffer. That's all it is. Jack, hey fellas, glad I chatted to you earlier. Rook would be flat if I got Dawson on merit. Yes, we had extensive chats in the Twitter realm about our picks and pods. It was very, very good. Again, I'm glad I helped you. You helped me also. So, I mean, I think we both won not going Dawson or merit this week. So we'll take that as our win because I need anything to grasp onto positive this week.
Yeah.
Adam, did Shero play a different role? He seemed to go missing in the second half. To my knowledge, because of the injuries that happened, he was swung to halfback, took kick-ins. I don't imagine that sticks. They'll just bring in someone like a Carroll to fill that spot in the halfback. I'm assuming Cherry will be back to that mid role. But he was looking pretty good up until then.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully he's okay. But like again, I'm just going to upgrade around Shera while everyone's sideways again for another 5th week in consecutive.
Yeah, exactly. Buffer, Bond going to come down close to 620, hopefully soon. So this is the thing, right? Is we go and harp on about this value. If a Bond and a Butters maybe bottom out of that 610 to 620 range, you kind of have to go there.
Yeah, I mean, this is an annoying thing too. Like, let's say Bond's projection break even is a 150. At any given week, he can go 150 anyway. So people just go, "Yeah, no, I'm just going to pay for what I get."
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, look, the pro thing here is that Dacos is going to be cheaper again with these back-to-back low scores. So we're going to get him at almost that 570, 580 price again. And he's got a good run in after the buy. Like,
imagine,
it's tricky.
Imagine if he gets like missing a week or two with that injury that he's picked up.
You would be spewing.
I wouldn't be.
Well, no, as non-owners.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, non-owners, we're sitting here just like...
Yeah, literally. But then it gives him an avenue to actually grab a Bonds or a Butters too with no excuse.
That's it. Well, that's a trade to burn. Meanwhile, me and you have got Ed Richards just sitting there outscoring Dacos.
Guess what I've got right now in front of me? 2 eggs. Can I get a cup? I can't eat them like that.
Are you eating them?
Yeah, I'm eating them raw. I'm going to swallow them in a cup.
You're festive.
Oh, come on. give me the eggs and give me a cup. I'm not going to eat it like as a shell. Like just... I'm on stream
as well.
Wow.
No, you got to crack it on the head in the one hand and then drink it.
We're not doing that. She'll have to do that to me. Yeah. Can you please get me a cup?
My goodness. While that is getting prepared, Houdini, who would you choose as captain? Sherry, Smith, Zorko, or Washcroft?
Sherry.
Yep, I'm going to say Sherry. He's in really good form at the moment, even against a tougher opponent. Don't be too put off. Like we saw Gorn come up against Meek. Meek so far has been restrictive, but again, he was coming up against easier opponents, but he was by all means in that first quarter winning that ruck battle. Gorn's just Gorn.
Yeah. Imagine using cash gen, like the cash gen from Gorn, because at some point he might get so high that you can actually split 2 picks into it. I've actually considered it.
I have considered it too. If he goes to like 720, I'm probably splitting it.
Yeah, I've got ideas for this.
I've got ideas. I've been watching that cash, and he's going to go up. And yeah, if he gets that 720, if he even gets close to 800, there's no way I'm not splitting that.
On his buy, that's when you do it. I'll hold that.
You're brushing your teeth before bed. I'm not breathing in egg breath, bro.
Can you hear all that? Thank you.
While we wait for that, Rolo, evening, gents. Me and the missus just want to say g'day and thanks for the stream. Hoping a big one on the Sunday primos. Come on, Dunkley, Whitfield, and Zorko. Thanks for checking in, Rolo. Thank you for the kind words. We love having yourself and your misso. Just join us for the late Saturday night stream, as always, where we have the entertaining factor of Brad. As always, look at him. He's whisking. Are you whisking your eggs?
Yeah,
Pussy. That's cheating. You got to do it raw.
they are
That's
raw.
not raw. Nah, that's not raw. You mixing them so it's all the same consistency.
Yeah. That. I'm not going to clean my teeth so we can.
Nah, you're
All right.
Going down the hatch.
Oh.
Is this like you do?
Oh. You're fucked.
Welcome to After Dark, ladies and gentlemen. Papa Fish also had Dacos VC. That felt just as bad as probably Brad drinking that raw egg right now. Scott about to go from top 450 to top 4,500. Mate, I only just cracked into the top 4,500 and I'm probably going way back down to my 8K rank. So roller coaster. Michael had to hold pride this week as it would have been enough to facilitate my trades, though it looks like it worked out for me. Yeah, that's right. See, this is the annoying thing. If Moraes wasn't named, I was always using Moraes to go down instead of Pryor. But then Moraes got named. And I had to make a move. But it's fine. I've got enough cash in the kitty to make some decent moves next week. So it is what it is. Yaron, 1582 with 14 played and captain, assuming Huswaite's 27 doesn't count. Yeah, I'm going to say that your flex will cover that. My flex is covering the 27, while the lowest score I'll take is the 35 and 38 from Boxall and Cleary. Love my life. That's, yeah. It's just so good, guys. Cleary is, this is twice now he's done like 80s and then literally jumped to 30s.
And everyone has him at F6, but I've noticed like he's on my bench at F7. Thank God for that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I need to get rookies off the field ASAP. Lethal, love the late night lives. Big cheers to you two lads. Thank you, mate. Thanks for hanging out with us. All thanks to you guys hanging out with us. We've got 130 of you in here, so absolutely massive. So again, a therapy session. I'm sure we're all having some stinkers and some highlights. So if you're here hanging out with us, make sure you give a like and subscribe to both myself and Braddy Boy. Puffer, since I traded in Dawson, I've gotten 60, 110, 76, 140, 76. So that roller coaster of Dawson. It's literally his pattern if you look at his past scores. Studi, the matchup had Langford C and Sheasel VC, so his parents must have confiscated his screens for the week and somehow copped a W.
Good point.
Yeah, he was probably like on an iPad or something like that, and the parents grabbed it, and then in doing so, accidentally captained in one swift motion Langford as they confiscated it. Imagine. JCR, if only had Zach Reid on field, still he might get me an Uber in a few weeks' time.
Literally.
I don't know if what's worse, not owning Zach Reid or having him on your bench with that score and not being able to take it.
Probably not having him because the cash gen tied into it.
I'm just trying to find some copium, but all right. Big horse evening, mate. Welcome in. Max Dunks, Zorko Whitfield, please save me and get me to 2,400 and a Marek 130, please. I mean, Marek somehow is a legitimate captain option.
That's correct. I don't think
he's not
ever my VC plans, but there is a world where someone crazy enough like a Langford owner would do that.
Yeah, exactly. Puffer, I just want Gorn to be able to not worry about getting a shitty captain score each week. Just Gorn. He's the only safe captain option in my team.
Yeah, same.
Michael, an absolute OG in the community. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Zacko, reckon the camp gets back into the side in the coming weeks with the injuries of the Blues? Yeah, 100%. Apparently he got rested this week, so he wasn't actually brought up to play VFL. So they're resting him.
Yeah, right. I'm surprised people still got him.
I had other issues to trade out.
Sorry. That wasn't a drive-by. It's just, yeah. We haven't heard him since round 2.
Bang. Yeah, look. It was a fine trade. Like I said, it was a fine trade out because you traded him out this week, didn't you?
I traded him out weeks ago, I think. Yeah, I don't know what week, but yeah, a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, Campo might. Do we think Campo comes up? I don't know. He's still sitting on my bench. Carroll's definitely getting the call up.
Yeah, before Christmas too, the Carols. I thought he was done.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's one of those freak things in Supercoach where like you probably made the right call trading Carroll out because it wasn't looking like he was going to be able to crack back into the squad, but then injuries happen.
Well, now I get to play Sard and Trainer for the whip in D6.
Yeah, exactly. Let me. Sorry, God, if you're here, mate. I just saw your Twitter message. So if you're still around, you still want to join in with us, please come in whenever you're ready. Max, do we trade by? I'm going to say no.
You probably hold because I bet you people like Max might have a Davison or a shitter M8 than what Bice is. Like Bice is probably one of the high averaging rookies compared to the ones I've seen on field, like a Cleary and stuff. So yeah, it really depends. I'd be getting rid of your worst rookies over a Bice.
100%. 100%. Michael Brayshaw, best starting pick I've ever had. Yeah. Big miss on my end, especially since I was preaching the second banana theory from the fucking get.
Yeah, I've been going with it since you've talked about that, actually.
I know. I need it. It's an age-old tale of I'll give great advice to everyone else. Won't follow it myself.
Yeah.
Love life. It's so good. Rao has been terrible against good opponents. Even Darwin Rao couldn't reach 100. It's just Rao. It's just Rao. Buffer, Tom Stewart, you look tired, whereas Big Brad looks fresh and ready to run 10 kilometers.
That's next week. Oh, shit. Don't tell me it's tomorrow. Yeah, that's next week. You gave me a heart attack path. Yeah.
Yeah, Brad would be making a early exit to go get some rest, I think.
Literally.
And it is because I am tired. It's been a bloody big weekend, a big week. So, but we're still here. We're still here, even if I do look like shit, Puffer. Useless, a Richmond fan who was having a terrible round, genuinely considering Marek is C to roll the dice, knowing how we usually let players with similar roles score against us.
Well, we take the kick out, so yeah, go for it, I guess.
Yeah. Depends which members you have left. Yeah, that's fine. Is Langford the one of the Petrarca said to pick in Supercoach? He was spot on. If so, insider trading. That's what I'm going to call that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is Peatling an option?
A no for me personally.
Yeah, I think if he was 2 weeks ago, when he started having that uptick, that's when you kind of really needed to roll the dice because he was still very, very cheap. Now he's got a few decent scores in his system, probably not. Buffer, on a bright note, I started Libba and he has been in the top 5 player. Libba had a great game tonight too.
Yeah, Wibber's tattoos are my favorite thing.
Yes, 100%. Yaron, do unspeakable things to that like button. You heard the man. And speaking of men, we are just men, but we are in the presence of God. How are we, mate?
I'm good, mate. Give me a sec. I just had to pause your stream because I had 2 bloody things speaking at me. But
I don't need to hear my voice more than once. It's all right.
No, it's great, mate. It's great. No, I'm doing all right. It's actually been a pleasantly good week after multiple absolutely Scheisenhausen weeks. So
it's well due. It is very well due for you. You've had some stinkers, but it looks like you're flying this week.
Oh, I don't know about flying. 2, 3, 4, 5 is the projected. So it's not flying. It's not terrible. Lowest score on the field is Ned Long though, which is quite nice considering a lot of people had Huswaite on the field. So or a Cleary. So yeah, I mean,
or both.
Yeah. So I don't know. We're doing a lot better. It's good for the mental health, I reckon, to have a okay/good week in the under the belt.
Yep.
Yeah, it definitely is. And look, I'm going to make you feel so much better. I currently have the projection of 2184.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I am but a mortal. It is just how it goes sometimes, hey? So, what since you are the Collingwood man, did you expect Collingwood to just win by that little against Freo?
I was probably more confident than most Collingwood supporters. I
Mhm.
didn't think our outs were like they're important, but I didn't think they were that important to swing a game from a team that lost by 66 points to St Kilda.
Mm.
So I thought we'd win, but then watching the game, realizing the influence of a Pendlebury or a Maynard in defence and whatnot, I don't know. It felt we played like watching that game, and after it, I was so surprised we won because we played like absolute shit. So
Yeah.
sorry to swear, mate, but yeah,
Oh, dude.
that's just what
I don't
that's
know
just
if you've
what it
watched
felt like
these
watching
streams
it.
before, but swearing is like PG in comparison to some
Yeah,
of the shit
okay.
that
Well,
happens
yeah.
here.
I mean, yeah, just watching that game, like I'm sure everyone watching it would have been like Collingwood are playing like crap and Freo are all on top, all over them. Like I was surprised we were up for pretty much the whole game. Like,
Yeah.
But I don't know, just efficiency inside 50, and they clearly weren't, and that's what happens, I guess.
Do you have any insight into Dacos? Is he going to be out? Is he actually injured? Is it just morning signs? What do you think's
Okay,
happened
so
there?
I will find out on Monday because I work with one of his best mates. So I will find out
Oh, here
on
we go.
Monday exactly the extent, and I will share that to all you lads. I'll share that on my stream on Tuesday. A little shout out there. So
There you go.
yeah,
There you go. Hey,
I'll
sneaky plug. I love it.
yeah,
I love
cheeky
it.
plug.
Solid.
No, I will.
Shameless.
I'll let everyone know before the injury report actually comes out, whether it's bad or not.
Beautiful. We're going to get smacking into these questions. Rail for Peatling first rate trade on Monday morning. I honestly don't mind it. There could be a bit of a pod play. Rail's been absolutely trash. Papa, Brad, just look to your side. Field trainer over Al Hooley. Trust me, trainer legacy game tomorrow.
No way. I'm going to keep him because he only scores 7 points less than Dacos.
There you go. There you go. You heard it here first. What if trainer does a read and goes like 130?
I'll probably punt drywall in the next stream.
Puffer will not ever let you live that down. You know that, right?
Oh, no, trust me. I hear a lot of things in chats.
That's why we love you. Gold Coast make me want to snap my neck. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Or at
Jim
least he
does.
needs trainers. Yeah, exactly. Or at least he needs trainer legacy to save my week. Oh, mate, I think we're going to need a lot more than that to save my week. I feel to clear it over Lynch, and now I want to be put out of my misery. Lynch going to be bag 7 on Sandy tomorrow.
Does he got Tom Lynch on his side?
He does.
Yeah, okay.
I think Lynch isn't going to bag 7, though. I think Lynch is horrible from set shots. He's going to bag 7 points.
Yeah, probably.
Look, it wouldn't surprise me on
No.
Sandy Brock. Like, it actually wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. Like, seriously, that guy is a potato head.
Oh, boy. Now I've got Toy Story in my head. James traded Rosie to Brayshaw this week before he went to halfback. I don't know whether I won that trade or not. I think it's a break even at a minimum.
Well, I don't know. Rosie's going to get fucking DPP and go down into defense and be like top 6 defender. So probably a weird one to even put on the table. Like, you just don't know.
Yeah.
Top 3, probably.
Yeah, which way?
Top 3. Big
calls. The way he played today. I actually, like, I was at the pub with a mate and we were watching both games. And I was watching I didn't actually think he, like, I thought he was good, but I didn't, like, watching it without looking at Supercoach scoring, I thought, he hasn't been that good. And I look at the scores up at halftime and then after the game, and I go, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I considering he can do that with not even looking exceptional, probably top 3, I would have thought.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be a hard one to not grab after the bye.
Do you guys have him?
I've got him, yeah. I've got 7 primos in the round 12 buys, so I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do there.
Yeah, you're fucked.
7. That's disgusting.
Daniel's got to go, I reckon. Daniel or Chera.
Mate, I'm so in for the antipod on Daniel. I'm so there.
Because I've got Petrarca in my midfield and Marich at F6. So
yeah.
If Marich is a primo, who knows?
Everyone wants me to be an F6 keeper. My goodness.
Round 12, though, watch everyone trade out Chera and Daniel round 12. They will be pods.
Don't bring that logic into my head. Don't ruin my plan. I want to antipod him so bad, and that sounds so logical to not antipod him and just hold him. Damn. Port need to sack their entire forward line. Off with the fairies in Q4. What did Pal Pepper do, actually?
56.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. He's back.
Finally.
He's back to... Yeah. We're not gonna go kiss that bald headed.
I'm not that cut on him because I never started him in the first place. But I mean, the people that trade him out in round 3 would be just, you'd be so, you guys would both be bloody mad. I mean, Pro, you're bloody, imagine what you would have done if you'd be ranked 1.
I traded him for Brayshaw though, and I've chucked a C on Brayshaw 3 times.
Okay, then yeah. That's all right then, I guess.
Yeah.
I got Smith in my trade, so it's a bit of a break even.
Oh, mate, just starting Sarong over Brayshaw every single week, it just hurts so much.
Yeah.
Zero understands keeping Chera and Daniel, but Raul is the guy that's shredding him. Look, I saw a lot of people plan to trade out Raul this week before things kind of were announced on team sheets. I think he had enough value to actually make a pivotal change. But if you went to like a Bont or a Butters, that's probably not a great trade. I don't think you won.
Is it bad of me to consider him as a trade in target soon?
I was literally about to say he might be like 400k. He wouldn't be the worst M9 to loop.
I don't know what shit you boys have been smoking, but
like he's 480k next week, and then if he scores an 86 against the Hawks, he's 450k.
What does his run look like? I suppose like you wouldn't hate it as M9. That's it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Then he's got Hawks, Saints, Freo, Geelong, GWS. It's not very good.
Nah, yeah, fuck that.
That's the reason why I didn't want to pick up Anderson.
Really bad. It's actually really bad, his run.
The only reason why I didn't want to grab Anderson is because the easy fixture you've missed already.
Yeah.
So anyway, Parfart Dawson got scaled up to 678. Bang. Massive. 20 inside 50s, 2 goals, about 6 points. Can't deal with this team anymore. Yeah, someone's not happy with their team. Got a feeling Hustway either dropped or subbed next week. Surely not. Surely Sam Mitchell just looks himself in the mirror and goes, I fucked up.
Well, apparently Cam McKenzie's back next week.
Oh, my watch. I'm going to Hawthorn. Break the other hand.
So I think he might just be on the chopping block.
I mean, it's not the worst. I mean, what?
Everyone has him though. Every single human on earth has him. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just annoying, if anything.
Yeah, well,
it's just annoying.
I had bloody Hewitt, Ned Long, and Lindsay on the bench because I looped Ned Long and I was like, no, I'll be greedy for M8. I'll put Hustwade in there because he's going to get CBAs. He should go about 80, 85 was my projection. And then, I burnt Hewitt again. Watch Hewitt tomorrow go 100 against Richmond, score 4 goals. I will actually go nuts.
Bad day to be drywall.
You know what? I want to see that. I hope it happens.
I can't really sit and complain because where I'm sitting, so I sound like a privileged.
Wait, so you have Hewitt on the bench?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I have him on field, so I really hope that happens.
Yeah, literally.
I need to catch up in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I've been making a few blunders. I don't know how the hell I'm still here.
They just haven't been as big a blunders as many others. I guess.
Yeah, you didn't have Flynn. You didn't have Flynn for 7 rounds out of a 9. So
And then trade into Briggs.
and then
Oh my god.
traded him to Briggs, and then traded Briggs back to Flynn, and then I've had to trade him to Sherry this week. At least now I have 3 Primo Ruckman. I've got Marshall as well. So
Imagine Cherry gets injured tomorrow.
shut up. Just shut up. Don't.
There was rumors of a
how much I've been
Planter
stressing.
issue.
I've been stressing. I feel like these trades have gone way too well. Sardell Hooley has pretty much matched what Bias has scored, and he's 250k cheaper. And watch Flynn go 120 this week, and freaking Sherry go 80 and get injured in the fourth quarter. Like, it's just gonna happen.
He'll do
Yeah,
another hammy.
Oh,
Yeah,
mate! If he does
after that first hit out, just grabbing the hammy, I think God might actually pass out.
That's the reason I didn't get him when he was like 550, 570k or whatever he was, because he had that hammy issue, and now I'm getting him in. Watch that thing come back.
Yeah. Oh, we'll be watching with intense passion tomorrow for Sherry to sub-ton.
Yeah, I might delete Twitter.
Equal went from his trade-ins. He was going to go Merritt, and then he went to Dawson, and then he changed about 10 minutes before the game started to go to Chad. I think he won. Logic prevailed. I saw someone sold Hewitt and Brayshaw for the 2 big bids. Why? That's nuts.
Yeah.
What are the big 2 mids?
I imagine that's Butters and Bond.
Oh.
It's not worth it's not worth tying 1.4 mil into fucking players, honestly.
No.
Well, what did Bond score?
91.
90? Yeah.
What? I swear he was on like 80 at halftime.
Yeah.
He had an abysmal
Jesus
second
Christ.
half. He rested. I think he got rested forward. I didn't get to watch most of that game, but I heard that he got sent forward a fair bit. And
It's
then,
actually it's so good for all of us that don't own either of them, though. Like,
even better for those own Ed Richards. It's his team now.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. What did he score? What the hell? He had
1.7.
130, didn't he?
Yeah.
I've got a bet with a mate, actually. I've got a bet with a mate that if Richards scores averages 115 before his buy, that he gives me $100. So
Yeah, it's looking possible.
and he's coming back. He's come back the last 2 weeks. So
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
actually pissed off I didn't start him now, but oh well.
Can't all be great like me and Brad. It's all right. Don't kick yourself. I mean, look, to be fair, you've had the right idea. And this is the annoying thing with your team, right? Your structure and the plays that you have make a lot of sense. And you look at that team and it's like they could go nuts every single week. They just haven't been firing. Like it's just one of those things.
Oh yeah, no, mate, they haven't been firing. What they all just score. Like, I look at my team every week and I'm like, how am I ranked this? Like, they're not even doing that bad. It's just there's these players scoring 170s and 180s every week, and I haven't had them once. So, and yeah, I think the big reason was the day before the season started, I put Brayshaw in there for an hour, and I thought, nah, I'm gonna bring in Sarong. So
There you go.
no, I reckon that's big.
Season defining moves right there.
Yeah.
Travis is kicking himself that he didn't go Clark as his VC. How big do you see Neil going tomorrow night? I mean, do you have Clark, God? I know Brad has Clark.
Yep.
All right, mate, I need to get on the Clark train. Brad, how big do you see Neil going on Sunday?
136.
Oh. What about you, God?
Who are they playing? North in Tassie.
Yep.
123, but Dunkley goes 180.
I hope so. God damn.
He's due to give me a good score considering I brought him at 600k and he hasn't given me higher than a 10. Whatever he got last week was his highest score.
Wow.
So, yeah, but Neil will probably go like 145, like something crazy like that, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm probably expecting like a 130 or around that mark, I think.
Yeah.
Huswaite sub. Yep. Thank you, Coach Mitchell. You absolute flog. Dawson tagged Butters for a while. Yep. The Joker, oi. Welcome in, mate. Michael Pitnet out before halftime of VFL tonight due to knee to the sternum in the CBA contest. Not sure what the severity of the injury is. I mean, that's good for TDK. TDK, this is the thing, right? I'm actually reluctant to trade out TDK because he has a little bit of a nice run after his bye.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to trade out Chera because of his run after the bye.
Yeah.
It's cooked.
It's why I want to hold Chera and get rid of Daniel. It's a much easier antipod. Dawson was trying to get away from his own tag by following Butters around, chasing shadows. That's what he was doing. Was sold on going Hayes early after what I was seeing, and good job security. With Ridley out for next 8 weeks, can't believe the poor bloke does this knee in the debut. Cursed. Dons are cursed with injuries.
Yeah.
Like, you can't make this shit up.
Is that 3 or 4 ACLs this year?
It's at least 3.
It's definitely 3 because the 2 ruckmen. Oh no, one ruck was ruptured Achilles. Draper was ruptured Achilles, and then I reckon there's another ACL in there somewhere.
I'm pretty sure Richmond did 4 or 5 last year as well.
Yeah, Mr. Gibcus.
Yeah, Gibcus.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a lot of backmen that did it.
Last year, round 1 was just the worst time of my life. Fielded Gibcus and Zach Reed both got injured in like the first quarter. It's the worst time ever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good. Do you think these boys need to drink more milk, get some more calcium into their bones?
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Cup of concrete.
Probably just a bit weak, honestly.
Soft, yeah.
Has anyone told you kind of look a little bit like Max Holmes, God?
No.
I see it though. You say it, and I saw it instantly.
Oh no, they haven't. He looks a bit like an alien though, so I don't know whether to take that real bad. But, oh well.
I didn't mean that.
AFL player can't be the worst thing in the world.
I didn't mean that as an insult, by the way.
No. I know.
Oh, did he? Oh man.
He's like, I'm never going to collab with that guy ever again.
Yeah, this is the last time that we see God.
No, I love Brad. Brad's a bloody legend. No, but
was he?
Brad's a okay. So that Holmes, that picture, you just picked that picture out because of his hair. His hair just.
I love you, God.
Oh, to be fair, I played half back in my footy team, so you know what? I'll take that. But I prefer to refer to myself as more of a Nick Dacos halfback type, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Myself.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Oh boy. All right. Back to business, ladies and gents. Yaron Roberts averaging 98.9 now with this week 72, his lowest score. He may truly be the first of my problems, especially at his starting price. What's your thoughts? We've spoken about Bison Roberts. What are your thoughts on those two, God? Do you reckon they're a move? Do you trade them out, or are they a hold?
I'd trade out Bice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his break even's going to be. I haven't really looked into it.
I think about 70.
Yeah.
Was his break even 70 this week?
I'm pretty sure he literally scored his break even this week.
Yeah, so I don't know what it is next week, but it will probably be around the 100 mark, right?
Let's have a look, actually.
Right, yeah.
So
if I had to guess, it would probably be around the 100 mark. So you probably
yeah.
You got to bugger off Bice now. I was lucky. I got out a week early. Got in Mr. El Hooley.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd probably get rid of him now. Try get him to a Sinclair if you can. Or a Whitfield. You know, I don't think Sinclair's necessarily a must-have. Like,
yeah,
it's hard to pass up on him this week. But yeah, either one is good. And Roberts, honestly, I'm just gonna have to hold. He's got a good buy. Just gonna have to hold.
Yeah.
He looked good.
Look,
He had touches anyway. He just used it bad.
Oh, he used it dreadfully. Oh my god. The amount of times he kicked it directly into a player like 10 meters away from him from the opposite team. It's ridiculous.
yeah. Nah, look, yeah, he's probably going to have like a 98 break even next week. So he's easily my vehicle to get Clark in next week. So that will be my most likely trade option unless anything else crazy happens.
Really good trade.
Oh, I was so close to getting Clark in this week too. Was so close.
It was you know what? It was actually going to be his best match. I think I thought about it before the game. I was like, should I VC this bloke over Dacos? It's actually his best matchup of the year. I actually looked at it thinking, look, Collingwood just leak points. They just leak points, but they still win games. So I thought, but I don't know. It's good to get that score after a absolutely Scheisenhausen score last week.
Yeah, on the way up. Only a third of the way in. Plenty of time to make ground. Papa wants to know if there's any forward rooks this week because he wants to get Luke Cleary. I don't think so. Like, there's There's really no one. Like, you're not going to get in a Toby Pink.
Hopefully,
200.
Hopefully, he's got someone in the midfield or a cornerstone in defense that he can swing forward.
Yeah. The alternative, if you want, if you have the cash available, move him up to Philippou. He looked all right.
Didn't he play like full-time forward though?
Yeah.
I don't know if that sticks though.
Yeah.
Max, if Darcy is out for 6 weeks, do we just get Luke Jackson in ASAP? I actually like the idea of getting in Jackson. What do you? I think, Brad, what was your thoughts on Jackson?
Yeah, I like it. He's just got the capability of swinging to your ruck line. He'd probably be top 6, especially if he's out for a long period of time. Again, he's got the good buy. There's just nothing wrong with the Luke Jackson pick at all. There's too many upside things. I'll probably wait until his break even's reachable though. I'm going to wait probably maybe 2 weeks on this before going there. But yeah, he's good.
The only issue I see with waiting 2 weeks is if Darcy's only out for 6, you're only going to have him for 4 weeks, and then you're potentially going to have to trade him out if they dual ruck again.
Yeah.
So it's either
the same as last season.
I reckon it's either you go this week or you bugger it off altogether.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be very similar to last season where he's going to be good for the time that you have him, but there is probably always a trade out happening at some point.
Yeah.
So you have to keep a trade handy for that. Ghosty also think Huss is sub. Thought Mitch subbed him out so Finn could go into the middle and tag Track, who was going off in the first half.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going
sure. Yeah, he's dead to me. Daniel Green, he did. I hope it wasn't too stressful to sort that out, mate, but I do appreciate it. He did come up with the membership again. Thank you, mate. Absolute legends. Sorting through all that. Supercoach, kiss of death. Is this Tim Michelle? Kiss of death?
Shit, maybe.
Adding Merritt and Dawson is painful. Yep. Oh, look. When did you send that? 8:20. Oh, yeah, I was a little bit behind, mate. My bad. It took me like 15 minutes to see your message.
All good.
Puffer, Brady wants to know how the little one's going. Mid-season draft. Might need to go early on him.
Yeah, good. Well, you're probably 16 years too early.
Yeah. Who's he going to get traded? Who do you reckon's going to draft him?
If it's any side bar Richard, I'm jumping off a bridge.
He's coming to the pies, Brad. He's coming to the pies.
No way.
I wouldn't. Ned Long type.
I wouldn't really care where any of my sons, if they ever did play footy, go to be fair. Even if they went to an interstate side, I'd follow them no matter what. I wouldn't change my side, though, my jersey.
Are you going to train them up?
Yeah, they're already kicking footies now.
You know that little like mobile that they put above the cot? It's just footies.
Literally.
And it's just playing the Richmond theme song.
Yeah, constantly. It's just Supercoach YouTube videos as well.
He's going to have like sleep paralysis demons because of that song. Kiss of Death says ranked 893, but owning Merritt and Dawson is painful.
It can't be him then.
Nah, can't be.
No. I think Tim's ranked higher than me, and
Whoa.
I'm 31k.
Jeez. Comeback season. What do we got? We got Tic Tac Slice. Nice name. Pencil Box, Clay Hall, and Campo in my midfield. He is cooked.
Yep.
Yeah, not great. Hicko, well, I Captain Newcomb.
That's rough. That's a typical EPL.
Look, the logic was there because I also nearly did, but thankfully I had gone.
Yep.
So you're not going to captain anyone else. Daniel also said it was actually 2 eggs.
That was 2 eggs.
We didn't have a clear cut to see the 2 eggs.
Yeah, what
Brad.
was that? Why did you eat 2 raw eggs? Like,
I said Swans would win.
I mean, I probably would have done the same then. I thought Swans would win.
Yeah, that's
I would have
why
done it. I would have. You know what? I would have done it for Gold Coast though. I thought Gold Coast were a shoe-in to win. To be honest, I mean, it didn't seem like that at the end, but them at Darwin, they don't tend to lose at Darwin ever.
No, that's right.
No, absolute fakes. Michael absolutely nailed his trades. Got SPP, Murphy Reid, and Davidson out. They were the perfect trade outs this week. Like, if you held on to them, anyone that had like Murphy Reid and Davidson and SPP, like, you were able to make a lot of big moves this week.
Why is he not telling us his ins though?
There you go, Michael.
Yeah, that's a great question. That is a great question.
You're on watch, Michael.
This just stinks of Jordan Dawson.
Yeah, but I got Jordan Dawson and Zach Merritt.
This is the equivalent of someone sending a screenshot of just their midfield with all the big primos and not showing the rest of the team.
That's literally me every Twitter.
I felt so bad. I was recommending everyone to get Dawson over Dunkley. Watch Dunkley go like 140 tomorrow.
There's gonna be a witch hunt for you, mate.
There's gonna be a riot.
Someone wanted to witch hunt me because I was talking about Hayden Young. I'm like, have a look at Hayden Young. Then he has a fucking hammy.
Oh yeah, true that.
Did Lorenz get dropped?
He did.
Yeah, for Moraes as a sub.
He did. Yep.
That's beautiful.
So there's just no mid rookies. So we're just we're all fucked. What are we meant to do, mate? Like, seriously.
The only hope is Fonte at the moment if he keeps a role.
I think
he should. I think apparently Connor Stone was just holding the role for him. Like, so, but like, need Clay Hall to come back, mate. If he hopefully gets like 35 tomorrow on the waffle. Yeah.
The issue is he's just a handball merchant, and that's it. He has no other game but handball. Like, very much like Tom Mitchell.
That's most mid rookies this year though. They're all bloody handball merchants.
Literally.
Yeah. Langford was one we missed real bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I missed all the good ones, I'll be honest, but it is what it is. I'll survive. Next question from Zeus. Is Holmes the top 6 defender?
Hey, I didn't know you guys work in the same backline together.
Mate. Oh,
I do. God nearly didn't get it.
I was gonna say, how can me and Holmes be in the same backline when we're the same person? I can't
even say we're working in the same backline. I haven't played in a while, mate. What are you talking about?
Me and Tom. Look, Tom's really been letting down the team recently, so I don't know if I can speak on him, but
yeah, I'm mate.
I'll be all Australian and probably win the best and fairest for the Catters as well. So,
well, I actually think Holmes is going to bounce back this week. And I'm so confident, just because of how poorly my week's going, I've got a boost and enough cash in the bank to move Levi up to Holmes if I wanted to.
Yeah, fair. Jeez. Do you know my misso the other day said, and I don't know how she says it, she's like, you look like that player. Guess which player it was that she picked out? Tyler Brockman. Tyler Brockman. I was like, I don't even look like him, bro.
Tyler Brock.
I don't know.
Doesn't he play? I don't even. He used to play the Hawks. Does he play the Eagles now?
Yeah,
West Coast.
Yeah. Oh, nothing.
And in the same Swift conversation, his misso also told him that he'll never be a Petrarca.
Yeah. I said, how about Petrarca?
No, my misso doesn't even come to my footy games. It's that bad of a level.
Oh,
She
jeez.
goes, nah, I'm not watching that shit.
It's like, no, I'm not coming to
And yet
Rezzies.
again, she goes to Richmond. So I don't see the logic.
Oh, I was going to say that she go to AFLW games then.
Mate, Auskick would be more competitive than watching Richmond.
I'm actually really tempted to tip West Coast tomorrow. I don't know about you guys, but it's really tempting.
Marek for a 120.
I think Richmond
Just
will win.
watch.
I'm not biased though.
What do you reckon? Short goes massive. 120 for short.
Nah, he'll be
Just
on
watch.
80 at half time and finish on 89.
Yeah, fair call.
Marriage 150, I'm thinking.
Jesus.
Probably.
Jesus. JG, Bergman was tagging Dawson. There you go. JG, you've been very quiet tonight. I don't know if you're feeling it, if your team's
He
going
hasn't
trash.
drank enough.
He hasn't drank enough. You need more drive-bys. You were nuts last week with drive-bys. We need more of that energy. AJ had Merritt, Cleary, Huswaite, Sherrard, Bice, no Reed, no Brayshaw.
Oh,
One of those weeks, mate. That's all it is. They're just like Merritt's the same person that can come back next week, give you a 170. Sherrard can come back and give you a 110. Bice, an easy ton. Like, and we've seen Brayshaw and Reed have really quiet games at the same time. Like, it's just how it goes. It's just all it is. And then, yeah, Travis saw Dawson tagging Butters. Yep. Nightfall, Darcy out for ages. Yeah, so we spoke about Jackson. Rux, I have Gorn and Sherry, TDK. Nice. Three-headed monster. Yeah, Jackson looks good, but you just have to wait for the injury report. Is pretty much the short version of that. Should I get rid of Tom Gross over Clay Hall so I can activate VC Gorn?
What?
So he has Tom Gross and Clay Hall in his midfield. Should he get rid of one of them, i.e., should he get rid of Tom Gross so that he can put Clay Hall on field to take the VC?
Clay Hall isn't playing.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why you need to get rid of anyone.
Just put Clay Hall on field.
Yeah. Yeah, logic.
Unless his M8's already played. I don't know. I don't know what logic he's going off, to be honest.
Yeah. Need more information. Dodgy, Nick Martin has an average of 110 for me because I picked him up in round 6. Not to mention he was VC for me in round 6 to my blind Essendon eyes. Turned out to work out so far.
wow.
Solid. Absolutely solid. Of course, Brad taking the 69. He loves a chip.
Yeah, that's why I've got baby formula right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Bryce or Holmes, what do you think? I think that's fine. I personally like Clark more. If you're looking for someone to bring in, you haven't got Clark. Is there anyone else outside of Clark and Holmes that you think you could trade in targets? Obviously, Sinclair's one of them. But if you've got Sinclair,
I'm bringing Sinclair. If you got Sinclair, I mean, if you can find a way to get Whitfield, you know, Whitfield.
If Whitfield stinks it up, he's got like a 130 plus break even. Like he'll come down in cash.
He goes sub 100 this week.
I hope he does.
He should. He's at GMHBA. I'm expecting a quiet game, unfortunately.
Yep.
Good for the Catters.
Kevin. Oh, Catters better bloody win. Swear to God. My plan was to double down next week, but now I don't like the Rooks. Yeah. Next week could be a thing where we just hold trades if there's literally nothing to do.
People will find a way, don't you worry.
Yeah. Both you lads, so this is Ghosty, gave me the C advice and stick with Cherry, but if I had the balls, I'd throw it on Marek against the Tigers. Man, a lot of people are trying to go Marek as captain, and I'm all for it, but I can't wait for you guys to eat shit when he scores an 80.
This gives me Finn Callahan vibes, where I thought, oh yeah, GWS against West Coast, good matchup, and then he banged out a 72. I'm not willing to risk that if I'm a Marek owner, which I am, but yeah.
Yeah. Farfler Dawson Showdown usually unmatched, but he got tagged. I think that was pretty clear that Port were going to tag. Like they needed to get a good win, and they almost got it too. They're going to do everything. But Puffer also reckons 290 for Marek. Yep. Solid.
Just quickly, is the North game at Ninja or Utah's?
Should be
Ninja.
Ninja.
Was that changing? I
don't hate Sheasel captain. Just as a sneaky one. Is he
playing the half back role though? Because Fish
bloody should be. I mean, he played half back last week, and they nearly
Fish
won.
is not named.
And they nearly won, and then against Essendon, and Essendon just played Sydney and beat them. So
Yeah. Sorry, Fisher's emergency. He was not named. Yeah, I don't know. I think they've got McKercher in the halfback role, but I don't see that sticking.
I think they'll play McKercher on the wing.
Yeah, like they usually have been. Nick Dacos, Glaze. Not as good as the Ned Long Glaze from yourself, God. Little pod move has gone Ned Long straight to Jack Steele.
I like it.
I love Jack Steele as a player, and I started him last year, and it was great. It was great.
Could do it again.
You're going based off 2 weeks of data. It might be 3 now. I'm not too sure. It actually might be 3 weeks. Yeah.
That's enough data.
And he stank it up for the first 5-6 weeks. I don't know. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just
risky.
You're banking on your Ned Long pod's already worked. And you're going straight to another pod in Jack Steele. And
that's a move I would do.
That's ballsy. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but why not just go up to try and get to a big dog using another rookie?
Very true. Mark, welcome in, mate. Thanks for hanging out with us. Evening, guys. Starting to think that I'm jinxing my Bombers. Brought in Draper and Hayes gone on a week. So he brought in Draper, then gone, and he's brought in Hayes, and he's gone. Maybe you're the hanger curse, Mark. Maybe. Sunday morning with no VC played yet. Feels grim. I need to hope to God that Murray does well so I don't have to risk Sherry with the 20-point matchup lead. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Who would I trade next week out of Bias, Kako, Lalore, Lashcroft, Cleary, Patton, or E. Hewitt?
All of them?
I mean, Ashcroft you can probably hold till he's bye at this point.
Oh, yeah. You can hold him. But
at the same time, don't get attached. Like, if he's your only vehicle to get to a primo, by all means. But
not when you have all them, though.
Exactly. Yeah, Kako's got to go.
It depends. So they're probably 4 of the 7 are on your bench, I'd assume. So I'd honestly probably try and get Bias up to a primo. 98 break even, gotta go.
You could use Bias and Lalore and really bank some cash.
Yeah, and then that's it. Just maybe try to get a Sinclair or a Clark and get a cheap rookie in.
Yep. Who are the rookie trade in targets? Well, honestly, no idea at this point, mate. We're scraps for this. Fonty. That's literally all we got at this point. This Blasted Fan Footy website has been down for 3 hours. I have noticed that. Some database issue. W. Brad flagged ons.
Never in a million years. We won't even see it in our lifetime.
Yeah, there you go. These are all you drinking that raw egg. Geez, we're behind. It's real after dark. Sure is, mate. Tried corrupting you to Langford with me. Yeah, a lot of people were trying to talk up on Langford, but again, that higher price tag with sub score and all that sort of stuff. It's annoying. Mac, look, I feel ya. I fielded both Hustwaite and Boxall and left Lindsay on the bench. Love life.
You fielded both? Oh.
Yeah. It's one of those. I was like, the role for Boxall is probably better than Lindsay because Lindsay's been stinking it up. But I had a feeling Lindsay would do well with Viney out the team.
I don't think Viney in particularly affected.
No, but that was my thing. That was also my logic and why I went Boxall instead. So I was like, Viney, I could go either or other. Competitive game. We'll go Boxall anyway. We'll send it because I didn't expect because I thought worst case Flex will cover it because I was expecting Cleary and Hustwaite to at least get me 60s.
Yep.
Did not go that way. Lachlan, another legend in the community. Thanks for hanging out with us, mate. What's going on, lads? Up the Dons. Bit upset about Hayes. Probably an ACL. I was guaranteed the role for the rest of the year. Yeah, there's again one of the rookies that we were probably eyeing off.
He was scoring so well.
He was scoring very well. But just ACLs are very weak, apparently, this year. Loved the stream with Pro and Hippo the other day. There you go.
That's the one. Yeah.
When did you guys do that?
Last night at like midnight, I jumped on.
Oh my god! I checked my phone at like 1:30, and I'm like, oh my god, they're still going. It was ridiculous. They were going for ages.
Full degenerate hours at this point. I
Yeah.
love it. Michael, 1608 with 14 played with the V on Brayshaw. Lovely.
Wow. Smoking.
Rookie, when you say my flex will cover Huss 27, memories of Briggs in my flex of the week he scored 27, which dropped out.
Oh, obvious photo.
Yeah.
Don't start with Briggs. Don't.
God's going to get some PTSD.
It hurts.
Jack, think the rule we learned is don't pay nearly 600k for anyone unless their name is Bond, Butters, or Gorn, and a couple other exceptions, perhaps. Even if I think Bont and Butters are no longer part of that. I think Gorn's just the exception.
Well, I thought Dacos would have been like an exception because I paid about 600k for him.
But you're a Collingwood supporter. You're so one-eyed that it's...
Yeah, but he's the bloody best player in the comp. Like, what do you expect him to score a bloody... what did he score? A 79 and a 89 last week? I didn't expect that.
I 100% think Ed Richards is the number one player in the comp right now.
Facts.
Oh, yeah, you guys
Up
both
the
own him,
gingers.
though, so...
Up the gingers.
And Brayshaw.
Oh, bugger off with your Brayshaw looking.
Reed is basically pretty much this straight. Last three is 90, 102, 133. Yeah, he's literally D3.
A 108.33 3-round average.
Nuts. Now, trading out Sullivan, Trainer, and Davidson and others before resetting their break even killed me, but so did trading out Zero 30 minutes before the first S in the game of the season. Yeah, right. That's how it goes sometimes. If Richmond lose tomorrow, I expect raw eggs to be eaten at the game tomorrow, Bradley.
Fuck. We're not gonna lose. We're winning by that 32 points.
Are you going to the game?
I probably am at this point.
All right. So I want you to bring a half dozen of eggs. And if you lose, every goal you lose by, you have to eat an egg.
That's a lot of protein.
There's no way the eggs are getting through security at this point, though, surely.
I've snuck other things through there before.
Were you one of the guys with a gun?
Whoa! No, only these two.
I was waiting for that. As soon as God said, I'm like, he's flexing. Look out.
The real flex position.
He's got a license to carry, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Reed was in my trade plans for next week, but I can't do it now that with these cash gen going to make the next 2-3 weeks. Oh, see, something just feels filthy about like trading in a Reed now.
Yeah. Nah, stuff that. You wouldn't do it. You'd have to be crazy.
Yeah. What's wrong with Nick Dacos' pec?
I'll find out.
Soft. That's what it is. Fielded Huss and Box, great week. Oh, I feel you, Lachlan. Hey, Nick Dacos was good. Here we go, God. Your favorite word.
No, we're not. And you know what? Someone else I saw said if it's still in my search history, I need to find that out.
Oh God, here we go. Going to the search history. This man is too young to even know that he can use private browser.
Gooning definition is in my search history. So there you go.
Brave man, leaving that in your search history. I just need at least one go from Campo for holding him. Yeah, we all do, mate. Do we get Coleman and Philippou, or they just cash cows at the start of the season? Coleman, maybe. Coleman seems to have bounced back in the VFL. It's just whether he can replicate it in the AFL, but you want to watch it. And Philippou just seems to have a forward role at the moment.
You wait for him to be on their bubble as well.
Yeah, you never know. Philippou might get some good mid-minutes next week.
Yeah. What do we got here? There were any questions about rookies or anything like that for next week? We're not really going to touch because there's still 3 games to go. You never know who's going to debut or come back into the team. It's just a bit hard. Hey, rookie, what happened to the reverse cowboy hat? I did leave it at a place. No, I can't wear the headphones and the hat at the same time. So it's a functional error. I can't do it. But I'll wear it in the video for this week for the team review. All right. Sorry to let you down, Jonas. Absolute spud of a man. Buffer, hey God, remember when you looked up what yeah.
Yeah, this is the comment I was talking about.
Yeah. If trainer tons up, I expect you to run into a brick wall full pace in the next stream. We'll be waiting.
Okay, I'll run into myself. Thanks, Puff.
Run into a mirror. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah, literally.
Take Lindsay's 70 or roll the dice on Hewitt v Richmond. Take the 70, I think.
I'd take the 70.
What are you doing, God? Are you taking the 70 or are you going to roll the dice? He's going to be the devil on your shoulder, not God. God just wants reasons for him to rank up, so he's going to tell. He's going to demolish everyone.
I've got Hewitt on my bench, and I didn't I got Lindsay on my bench. I didn't emergency him, and I've got Hewitt on field in my midfield. So you know what? Go Hewitt. I reckon he'll score about 80 this week against Richmond.
You're right.
I'm glad I got him.
And West Coast to win by 25 or more.
Oh.
It's nuts.
No, but safe call. Go take Lindsay's score if you want to be safe.
Or if you want to be like God, go Hewitt, and then you can go cry to him when it doesn't work out.
Yeah, you can go cry to a guy that's 31k rank,
and then really ask yourself, what else did I expect?
Exactly.
Ray Shade Monday is going strong to Rosie and Captain Reed for next week.
Wow.
That's something
Don't
God
trade
would do.
Sarong, man. He's gonna come back, I swear.
Yeah, they keep saying that. So glad I ended up keeping Dale. He was traded out 2 weeks ago until Oliver not playing, which made me switch last minute. These are what they do. They're primos. I said their worst scores are what you hope a rookie gets. Then you just get the upside of a ceiling.
Clary's not even a primo now, though. He's done.
Nah. Rook, how good is an ice break, but legit though. I've almost finished it, and I'm quite disappointed. Joe, I just can't believe I've already blown 20 trades. E. Hewitt and Moraes was a stinker, then traded Moraes to Gross for 2 weeks later. Yep. But at least he didn't trade Zach Reed. Look, that Reed instead of Pryor trade, like I traded Reed instead of Pryor. What a blunder of a trade. Probably the worst trade of the season so far. Fino Sully, Riley Hardiman, and Sandy Baroque have to play one in defense. Which one? Why would you do that to yourself, first and foremost? But yeah, Hardiman's probably the play there. He's probably the only good rook on this week that actually might do something. As in, like, you know, someone that was brought in this week.
Just too expensive, man. It's annoying.
Yeah, but what else are you going to do? Like, Langford was too expensive and he's played well.
Yeah.
Your favorite man, old man side bottom. Is he a sub risk?
I don't think they had a 5-day break. He's not going to be a sub risk going forward. It's just what happens when you have a 135-year-old blokes on your list. You got to.
Yep.
We rested 4 of them and we had to sub off one of them. So
yeah,
that's what happens.
How embarrassing Fremantle though? Like Fremantle came up with your VFL side and you still pumped them.
Oh, it wasn't really a VFL. We only had like 4 best 22 players out. Like it wasn't. It's not. It wasn't. I didn't. That's what I thought going into the game. I thought it's not the end of the world. Like we should still win this game.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, there's clearly a skill gap between our bottom 19 and to 22 and our 23 to 26.
Yep. I like it. Kevin was going for a Brayshaw and Dacos VC. He was going to go Brayshaw after listening to DR, and then he went Dacos. Yeah, I actually recommended Dacos to a couple of people because I thought without other people stealing points, it should have been a pretty decent game, but Wagner decided no. Jinxie, good looking ladies. I've closed Mac's home photo, but if I had it open, I would be showing that again. Nick Dacos glazing. He doesn't have anyone to cash out next week, so he thinks that he might have to antipod Daniel. I don't mind the play at all. West Coast have done 23 heart valves. Fair enough. So many injuries. Guess trading out Sherratt and Bias was a good call. Glad to get some right. Yeah, I mean, you traded out Sherratt, before he bleeds any cash, really. So if you weren't looking to hold him at all, fine trade. But I'm probably holding past the buy at this point.
I wonder who he traded him for as well.
Yeah. Matthew, give us
more these guys, they're not sharing. They're not sharing who they traded in. Like probably most likely a Warner. I would have thought, like, because
Yeah.
that many people brought him in, or a Dawson or a Dunkley or a
Shade from Brad, which just woke up Holmes.
It wasn't even shade. I'd never, not with you two. Trust me.
Just woke up Holmes is the best nickname. That's never. I'm holding that. What is okay? God, what does Holmes have to score tomorrow for you to make him your DP on Twitter?
Oh. Who are they playing?
GWS.
Let me check his previous stats against GWS.
We'll wait. We're not moving forward until we get a confirmed number.
My profile picture
On Twitter.
Okay. So he's got 134 and a 75. He's only ever played 2 games against the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's got to score. If he scores 130, I'll do it.
All right. That's a fair number. 130. There we go. We'll be
I'll do
chasing
it
you
for a week.
for a week. Yeah, fair enough. I'm still waiting for George Hewitt to sub time before I can get rid of him out of my background. It's not happening. I feel like he's going to be there for the rest of the season. Puffer peak content. This absolute cinema. Yep. Yaron, look, I'm keeping him. Sorry. Yeah, that's fine, mate. We all make blunders. I mean, look at Brad. We've seen Brad type. English is not his first language.
It's literally not. I never edited it either. I can't be bothered. I'm like, you guys will understand me at some point.
Is it baby? Is baby your first language? You've had the baby and
Pretty much. I've got 2 of them and a cat and a dog. So who knows? They're probably typing for me.
Yeah. Love it. Bailey had a nice bounce back too. I think last week was just a unique game. He's pretty solid. Green with backline of Whitfield, Clark, short bias Reed Trainer, bench Carroll and Patton. Can swing Sinclair back there. Who should I look to bring in for bias out of Dale, Holmes and Naz? If Holmes has a bounce back game, I don't mind picking him up, but Naz is very consistent and I don't think you can go wrong with that buy either. What do we think, boys? Brad, who are you grabbing out of those?
Probably Holmes because of the fixture.
Yep.
Coming up.
I'd probably pick Nas.
I like it.
I think I only reason is I think Holmes is just so inconsistent. At least Nas, you know what you're going to get every single week.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
He's a safe pick. Naz is always a safe pick.
I think Holmes will be about 80k cheaper though. That's the difference as well.
You get value from Holmes.
What's his break even?
130, I think.
Yeah, I think it's like 126 or 135, some shit like that.
You know, yeah. If he gets his break even, 128. You know what? If he hits his break even, I'll make it that.
Bet. Oh, I can't wait to see that photo.
I might have done something there.
Yeah, but you have to share it as a post as well. And all you have to tag in it is just woke up Holmes.
Yeah, fine.
Oh, I love it. Projected 24.95 at the moment. You reckon top 1%? Probably, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
I haven't seen any 2,500 scores.
I don't think we will this week. I think we might see maybe a few, but I think it's mostly going to be in that top 2,400s. Is King Dead Long a hold?
You can hold him. It depends if you have to trade, if you're deciding between trading out a Chera and a Daniel to get an upgrade done over a Ned Long, trade Ned Long.
I'm surprised you said that about a Collingwood player. Are you okay?
I'm all right, mate. We're bloody 7-2. There's nothing to complain about here.
Nah. I meant like trading out Collingwood players.
Oh no. It hurts because there's realistically, you look at since I started playing Supercoach 5-6 years ago, there hasn't been many Collingwood players that have been Supercoach relevant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
that's so true.
Probably one of the main reasons I picked Ned Long was because finally there's a Collingwood player that's Supercoach relevant.
Yeah, literally.
There you go. Adam has a problem with the not 15 rule, but the Green Boys are so inconsistent to call it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, it's all interpretation, isn't it? Like, so, like what? Maybe an umpire has some poor depth perception. Has that ever been taken into consideration?
I mean,
Then they
some
shouldn't
will
be then they shouldn't be a bloody umpire.
true.
Wonder if they do eye test just to get the job. That'd be
That they
really
should.
interesting.
They should.
Especially the one that just walked past Shilts on the ground.
Oh my god! How do you not stop the play for that? That's ridiculous.
Sure is. Michael's giving us the further information to the trades. So I'm pretty
Yep.
sure from memory he traded out Davidson, Reed, and SPP, and he bring in Rankin, Warner, and Brock.
They're
So
good.
that's a big W.
Yep.
Steen Angrove in this week. Oh, yeah, but you're not going early on. Like I went early on Boxall, didn't work out. I went early on Husway, still hasn't worked out even after 280s, like a 72 and an 82. You're not going early on Angrove of all people.
Yep.
Hall played today, God, 29 and 6 tackles and 10 goal loss. It doesn't matter what Hall does, though. He's not getting back into the team. He's been having ripper games, and he's not getting a lick.
I just think he's a little bit
22.
one-dimensional. That's the issue with him.
Yeah. No, exactly right.
The whole of West Coast is one-dimensional. One-dimensional is shit.
If they pump Richmond, I might not have to go on a stream for a couple of days because all these West Coasts in the chat are going to come after me for sure.
Yeah.
You'll have to
Love it.
delete. You have to delete YouTube, Twitter, like the Supercoach app, the
Yeah.
footy tipping app, Sportsbet. If you do any of that, but
Oh, I'd never do any of that anymore. But yeah.
He's a good boy. Max, Zach Butters got scaled till 117. It's good enough. Good enough you trade him in. Jack should have had the special guest Max Holmes in the title.
What have I done here? I feel bad now.
oh no, I actually I don't mind it, but if you'd actually get a few more viewers if you did it. To be honest,
I did. I also got a lot of disappointed viewers because I'll come in, they'll see like, what?
no,
This
but they
is
got to
Max-
come.
Max
watch me
Holmes
play-
off
they gotta-
TV.
They got to come watch me play footy and realize I'm the second coming.
I won't hide, by the way. Michael says don't hide, Brad. I won't hide. Don't worry.
They highlight a game height. Yeah, that's fine. Is Langford the best pod rookie for 2025? Potentially.
Yeah.
Yaron, people looking at Jackson might be worth paying 15K to trade H-Boy to the cheapest rookie so he can swing into ruck cover. Well, that's the thing, right? If you're getting a Jackson in, you need to be able to have someone to flip into the ruck and the forward line to be able to really make good use out of him.
Yeah.
Like, you're not grabbing Jackson without having like an R3 that can swing into the forward line. Like, it's not worth it if you don't do that. Raymond, is benching Jaden Short to loop Zach Reed's score onto field? Or should he boost and trade Short out for Sandy Brock or just wait till next week?
Phew. Wait for next week to trade him out. Just whatever Short scores, he scores, but I wouldn't get Brock for Short because Brock will probably get dropped the week after when Gov comes back.
Jonas actually makes a good point. With Darcy going down, does Omac come back who's on the bubble?
The accountant, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He actually will.
Yeah. And then we've got Aiden Johnson as well from the D's.
Well, I guess we're probably gonna have to pick between Omac and Fonty.
Why is
Yeah,
Aiden
true.
Johnson coming back?
Yeah.
I
I didn't see anything.
did that Matthew Jefferson guy get hurt?
Oh, Jefferson, yeah. Good point.
He either got hurt, but he was also really bad during the game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he got dropped.
He was so bad he got hurt and faked it to get off the ground.
Yep.
That's what I'm hearing. DJ, yes, another member. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Morning, guys. I missed the start of the show. How your team's doing? Mate, my team is absolutely in the dumpster fire, but both these two boys are having pretty good weeks. Brad's tracking very well. I think you've got more pods than some. No Dacos. Unfortunately, had a Merritt. Had a Clark.
Yeah.
Had Richards.
But I've got Rose as well. So I've got a lot of big dogs that went like close to 150 to offset those 70s anyway.
Yep. Love it. And God, you're having a ripper week as well after being away in the dark for
Yeah,
for most of the
I've
season?
been on my team's has taken a 3-week vacation. So 3 weeks ago I was ranked 11k. And then
Wow.
bang, 20k setback. So we've taken a bit of a vacation and now we're just gonna climb and we're gonna win 50 grand this year. So
Oosh, I love it. Come next season.
but
But
definitely
yeah, no,
not. because
my week's
we don't
going
have
absolute.
Gorn. We don't have bloody Gorn. Or Brayshaw.
It's all right. You got Ned Long. You'll be fine. Driz, you lads thinking about bringing in O'Driscoll back in the next few weeks? Helps Young being out.
Nah.
Nah, too late in the season to start playing around with that. I think like Ned Long and Marek were like your last plays at that sort of type of player, I think.
Yeah, it's too desperate.
Yeah. Kevin went Sheridan Neal. Probably a decent
Yeah, that's
trade.
good.
I could, imagine. I could go Daniel up to Neal if I wanted to anti-pod him this week. Oh, that'd be quite tempting. Projected 2,500 and projections are pretty accurate. I'm going to stop you right there. Saturday night's projections are never accurate.
Which
Can't do
league?
them. Hewitt
Let
is
me
projected.
just check something quickly. Let's need to check. Let me how do you okay, here we go. So he must own Lockie Neal, Lockie Ash, Hugh McCluggage, not Sam Walsh, Hugh McCluggage, Sherry, Harry Sheasel, Jacob Hopper, who's projected to 116. You must have all these guys because I don't know how the hell you are projected. How do people get this? I don't know how people get these scores. I actually don't know. It's actually beyond me.
It's all right. Again, this is the benefit. Projections are shit.
Yeah.
Don't read into it.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't hurt yourself. Danny Green traded Dow and A-Reed this week for Warner and Huswaite and has 154k in the bank, so should put me in a good position for next week. Yep, 100%, Matt. Definitely going to put you in a really good position. Warner's fine. I said Huswaite, unfortunate, but everyone kind of got him. I got 134 in the bank for next week, so I plan to make some big moves. Essendon could have all 23 in the coach down with an ACL and still wouldn't give Sardis anything.
True.
That is very true. We trade out Rao, but Humphrey burnt me before, so Rao just going to have to stick on the bench next week. I've had enough of the spud. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, Michael doesn't want you to hide. Is it worse? Is it worth bringing Jackson into the flex?
Yeah,
possibly. Again, just check the injury reports. Jefferson got subjects. He sucks big time. Matches. Surprise Marshall, only 2.5% ownership coming into this week. Interesting.
Good for me.
I think it's
me
just
and
because you have
Brad,
Warner.
me and Brad are the 2.5%.
Yep.
The other 2.5 are St Kilda supporters, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't mind the pick. So with Romo for used to, this is probably really good for people that did jump into that. Are you expecting him to be a keeper in any sort, or is it purely a cash play?
I'm
Cash.
expecting him to be a keeper. I'm hoping post by Gorn comes into play and just starts averaging 90s. And
so you're not looking to grab Gorn at any point? You're going...
Nah, you know what? I'm just stuff him. Stuff Gorn. He kills me. This Max Gorn bloke, I don't know where he's come from, but
it's gone Flynn Diaries to Gorn Diaries.
He's killed me every single year for the past 6 years. And I can't deal with it anymore. So I'm still gonna fade him.
All right. So when God finishes the season at ranked 45k, we're gonna bring it back to this moment where he said, "Stuff Gorn, I'm not getting him in."
Okay, if my rank is the same or higher at season's end, I will record myself doing a beer mile.
All right, we're making all the bets tonight. I love it. This one's going to go down in the history books because we're going to need to for evidence.
You're gonna have
Dodgy
to like,
Malacca.
you're gonna have to clip it up. Like,
Oh yeah, I was like, oh, just everyone knows. Make a Twitter post. Here are all the bets that God made in our After Dark stream, and there's like 6. My goodness. Dodgy Malacca didn't bring in Harvey Langford this season because I saw him when I was working at Woolies, and he was in the lolly section with a mate. Fair enough. Boy can't even have some sweets. It's unfortunate. Followed Brad into the Romo pipeline, and it's paying off so far. Very solid. Yeah, Romo's looking like a decent pick. I mean, he was looking a little bit. Did he start slow as well? He started very slow.
Yeah,
he had like 13 at quarter time and then like 30 something at halftime.
True. Drees is projected 24-35. Very decent, mate. Now, who needs a 3-ruck setup when you can have 4?
Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson.
Or Sam Coning.
You can have a 5-ruck setup. You get Sandy Coding and defense. You got Tom Decoding. You get Jackson, Marshall. Jesus. By SDK and LJ, play a 5-ruck setup. Why not? There you go. Literally what we just said. Maybe Bliscarves gets DPP and we can make it 6. Can you imagine trying to fill out your team full of rucks though? But then you fill your forward line with Archer Reed as well.
Jeez.
Make it 7. Michael, cheers for another fun stream, lads, especially you, Team U Holmes. Top 10 comment, Michael. Well done. No, thanks for hanging out with us, Michael. Appreciate it. We are probably going to look to wrap up soon, guys. It is getting late. Usually that 1 a.m. mark is where we like to end up. Otherwise, who knows where this stream will go. We went well past this 1 a.m. mark with Damo, and it just got worse in the best way possible. But yeah, if you're not really into the Supercoach stuff and you just want some wild times, definitely go check out that old After Dark stream because there's a lot of Arnie, there's a lot of coming, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in that stream.
A lot of what?
Yeah. I thought you'd be familiar with that with your search history, mate.
Yeah, no, actually, I wanted to search that up and get the definition, actually.
Yeah, probably. Top 3 rucks are going to be the same as last year.
I was going to say, is that why his t-shirt's actually white? It's actually originally blue.
Yep.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, man. Yeah, the top 3 rucks are most likely going to be the same from last year. Draper Achilles fixes itself. That's 8. Sure. Thoughts on trading out Gore in the next week or 2 should be around 750k. Surely that's way overvalued. Well, this is what me and Brad had a quick little take on this. If Gore gets up to 750k, would you split him? Like, would you trade him out and split that cash?
If he gets to 800k, I'm doing it.
He's not getting to 800k.
Don't say he's getting 800k.
No,
he's getting 800k.
No, he's not. No,
have a look at how much he's going up already after next week.
I don't care how much he's got out. He's going to get a 40 next week and do his ankle. No, actually, that's bad for me. That's my bad.
Zachary's not going to get ruck status, but there you go. That's the take. Next season, you know what we should do? There should be a members team where we just get one line of players. Like you just get defenders and then you get all the DPP defenders, but you try to do it with every line.
Oh, that'd be hard.
It'd be fucking hilarious. Thanks, boys. Outside the obvious picks, who would you predict to be top 8 for M6 from the M6 to M8? I don't really think we can tell at the moment.
No.
Still a roller coaster.
Ed Richards.
Ed Richards number 1.
Probably Chera M6.
Yeah. Ed Richards is just M1. You can't change my mind about that. M Richards is M1. Dunks is M2. Neil's on bench. End of season.
Didn't Skodfather trade out Richards?
Because he had water pistols, apparently.
Oh, that's so tough. Oh my god.
Don't trade your primos, guys. Hewitt 120 tomorrow, calling it. Don't.
Oh.
Imagine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
He's-
yeah.
Your head became the Premiership Cup.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
Oh man.
Oh man, JCR, cheers, legends. Yeah, Birdman, 800k this year is equal to 160 average.
Yeah,
It's
you
happening,
do it.
Birdman. He's doing it. He's defying all odds, and he's going to do it just to spite God. After his comment about saying stuffy for the rest of the season, he's going to make him bleed. Jack also reckons Ed Richards is M1. Fuck, it's getting late. Come on, let's go. Ed Richards M1. It's happening. Gorn is projected at 183 versus Sydney. Is that 80? 183 against Sydney.
Wait, is he actually? No way. Let me check this.
Champion Data have already done it for us.
That's nuts.
Against Sydney, he's projected. Oh my god.
So that 800k seems pretty reasonable, doesn't it, God?
This is why I hate projected. Everyone's like, "Oh, am I projected?"
What did he
Yeah.
score? 145. So
Yeah.
let's say he
122.
goes. What is he getting against Brisbane?
145.
Oh, against. Are you serious?
Mate, it's Oscar McInerney. Yeah, he's a red matchup, but for Cherry and Gorn, he's nothing. He blitzed Meek. Meek
Right.
finished on 44.
145 again. 145 again. What is he getting against Grundy? Grundy normally shows up against Gorn.
No, not this year. Gorn's easily going at least a 165.
165. All right, let's put 165 into the books.
Yeah.
And then what is he going against Big Row?
205.
205. Okay. All right, let's see what he is after that. 205. He'll be 791k.
Perfect. That's close enough. That's 800.
Call it a day.
Yeah, because he's doing
Call it a
that.
day.
He's doing that. He's doing that. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Nick Dacos when you're 26. I don't care if you're bloody Gary Ablett Jr. You're not getting that.
Imagine if you did, would you delete your side?
I will email Herald Sun to ban me from Supercoach from next year if he does that. That's how confident I am that he won't do that.
To be fair, to back up the Gorn argument against Grundy let Goldstein get a 115 on him. Goldstein.
And Goldstein's 48 too.
Wait, what did Goldie
Goldstein
score?
came out. Goldie scored a 115 against Grundy.
Now he's having a heart attack.
God's in shock.
No, wait. 115. Let's get
Right.
Goldie in for 400k. That's what I'm thinking.
Do it. You're the only person that could do it.
I've already got 3 rucks. I can't do it.
Yeah, downgrade to Goldie, do it.
There you go. Equal ejecting next year, starting 23 forwards. Yeah, love it. And Jack, not M1 for Ed Richards, number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1, Brownlow.
Yeah,
I love
he's
it.
gonna score. He's gonna score more than Gorn and Sherry for the year.
Hey, could do it. Could do it. He's in his current form. Well, no, he's not going to. He's not after our just conversation about Gorn. He's not doing it against Gorn, but they're loving the conversation. Look, I can't wait. Oh, see, look at this. Right, if Gorn double tons against Grundy, I want to see you shave your head and grow a beard. God,
You want to see me what?
shave your head and grow a beard. I don't know if the growing the beard part's possible.
That's not possible, mate. That's not possible. Mate, this is 21 years of growth. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a shame to day in his life.
So what? I just have a shaved head.
No, I just grab some of the hair from the top and just stick it on the bottom.
You know, I'll go to the barber. I'll get a haircut. I won't shave my head. I'll get a haircut, and I'll preserve all the hair, and I'll stick it onto my face if Gorn gets 200.
Don't even get your own. Just when you see them sweeping, I'd be like, oh, no, not before you toss it.
Oh, yeah, just that blonde hair over there. Can I just grab
Yeah.
that real quick?
Yeah.
Nah, can you just shave down the middle and then just leave like little sides around here? Like when those people are receding? Just
What, the
straight down.
KB? You want me to get a KB? Mate. Oh, God. Gore needs to fuck off, honestly. Time to retire, big man.
Oh,
I'm going to send
boy.
you a Gorn badge.
Oh, that's funny as hell. You know what I'm going to predict, actually? When is Gorn? So Gorn's going to go up against Romo in round 12. Projected at 151. Romo is going to get injured.
Oh.
I'm getting the... Oh, you can't even see. This is a golf club.
Yeah.
I would smack it into the bloody...
Right. We couldn't see the golf club. We could only see you holding something against your crotch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I don't care. You know, I'm seriously...
Mate,
I was
I'm
like, what?
clipping that and making it the thumbnail of this stream.
Oh, no.
Holding an invisible golf club.
I was going to say, if he was holding, you wouldn't need two hands, would you?
Oh, no. Why did I join this stream?
You wanted to join this. You knew exactly what you're getting into. Oh, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it and end it on that point because it's gone down real fast. It's gone down quicker than good old Eat Your Lawn Rao in his scoring. So, I need to take a breather from that. That was fucking hilarious. Don't you like loves After Dark? We all do, mate. It is a nice breath of...
I don't.
No, okay. All right, then. We didn't force you in here. You asked to join.
No.
So self-inflicted
I'm taking
pain.
the mic. This has just been an absolute... It's been a great time. It's been an outrageous time, but it's been a great time.
Supercoach whipping out the invisible. Fuck. Jesus.
Gee, I'm glad I
Oh.
said I was holding a golf club. Otherwise, that was...
Mind you, though, you stood there for a solid 2 seconds without saying anything, just holding it.
I didn't know where he was going with this. I'm like, oh, I don't know what he's going to get out right now.
Oh, man. Thank you so much, Daniel. It is, almost. It is morning here in Victoria. All right, boys. Jack has the comment of the night. For sure. All right. Before we lose our shit even more, God, where can the people find you?
Over at Max Holmes Supercoach on YouTube. Just Supercoach God on pretty much Twitter and YouTube. If you just search it up, it'll probably come up. So,
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it.
Amazing. And none other than Brad, where can the legends find you?
Yeah, just Supercoach Pro is my YouTube handle, and then Supercoach Pro 91 is my X or Twitter. And you'll actually find Supercoach God at GMHBA Stadium. So,
Yeah, no, I'll be there. I'll be there for sure. I don't live in Geelong. I don't go for Geelong, and I definitely don't go for GWS. So, I will be there. I'll take the train down, and I've got to play. I've got a game to go to play. So,
Yeah, love it. Honestly, you should just change your Twitter tag to Sleepy Holmes. Be perfect.
Holmes will never wake up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us and having an absolute ball. It was your therapy session. It was also what gave you reasons to go get therapy. Again, if you haven't liked the stream already, please do so before you check out. Also, go check out the lad's channel. Brad is currently ranked 52nd, and he's doing amazing wonders. Make sure you go give him a sub. Have you gone over 700 subs yet?
I don't know, probably. Well, after
Oh,
time,
mate.
surely.
Surely. I'm going to check it because that was the requirement. Yaron, I also need Ventolin, and I've literally had 2 asthma attacks in the last week.
I was wondering what that word meant.
Ventolin? Oh, yeah,
I can't
sorry.
read.
Yaron, if you're still watching, look at this shit, motherfucker. Ventolin.
Oh.
I got to use Siri to understand what's going on in my group chats.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
joking. I'm kidding.
Guys, we can't help it. Brad ate crayons.
I do eat crayons for breakfast. I do.
You do. All right. So far, Brad's at 694. He only needs 6 subs. So if 92 of you, if 6 of you aren't subbed to Supercoach Pro, please go do it right now. I want to see 700 subscribers by tomorrow morning. All right, legends. You can find me at Rookie Coach AFL on YouTube and X. Make sure you stay followed and subscribed for anything up to date. And also, by all means, become a member. Brad is doing membership-only videos. You can become a member just to show the absolute love for the late-night streams. And you do memberships as well, God? For extra support?
I do. I've got them set up. I just haven't really done anything with them yet.
All right, if you want to see a
early in the
full
near
Geelong-kitted Sleepy Holmes live stream, make sure you go become a member to Supercoach God on his channel.
I'm not investing in that shit organization.
It's all right. The members will. That's why they're becoming members. They'll invest for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you have yourselves a good Sunday morning. Have a good rest of the round. Hopefully you guys bounce back, have good ranks, all that good shit. Thank you so much for hanging out in this ridiculous stream as always. And we will see you guys during the week. Brad, you're doing live streams at all degenerate hours coming up. So make sure you check out Brad's. God, when is the next video that people can expect to see you on?
Tonight, because it's Sunday, but yeah, Sunday night.
I need to get technical, fucker. Come on, just give us a simple answer.
Sunday night with round review. As soon as the ranks come out, I'll record.
There you go. And same for me. You can see it around review coming Sunday night as well. I mean, hopefully it's not a bloody late lockout like it was last week. That was fucking ridiculous. Anyway, we're going to leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.